Good choice, Florentine. AC/DC, long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Bon Scott's birthday, right? I did not know it was Bon Scott's birthday. It's not on my sheet today.
I call him every year.
1946.
1946, so he's 69 years old.
Well,
69 years old.
he would be.
He was the old guy in
he would be.
AC/DC.
Sorry, right, of course.
He was like 10 years older than those guys.
Yeah.
When he got the gig, so he was around for a while.
But he'd only be 69. He's been gone for a long time.
1980.
Right.
Yeah.
What song do I love that I just heard the original version of? It was like their first, Can I Sit Next to You, Girl? You ever hear that? I'm sure you've heard it.
Oh, yeah.
It's
unbelievable.
The original version of that?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like, it's kind of like poppier. It's the guy before Bon, whose name I forget. But he sang with AC/DC briefly.
What album was this on?
I don't even know if it was on an album.
Oh, Dave Evans was the original singer.
Yes, the original AC/DC singer. There's a video, which I hadn't seen before, and I saw it recently, and it's Can I Sit Next to You, Girl?
With Dave Evans. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out, from 1974.
Yeah, I just like the guitar riff in it.
Can I get a little bit of this?
I never even heard that version. Bon Scott does a version of this on the High Voltage record, which he puts a lot more balls to it and just his voice. It's the same music, but with Bon singing.
Now I got to hear that. Can I hear just a taste of that, and then we can move on? Now I'm very curious.
Oh, Bon's got one of the greatest hard rock voices ever.
Yeah. Let's hear his version of Can I Get Next to You, Girl? God, you guys turned me on to something new today. I love it.
Little Lover is great off of this record, too, High Voltage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's soup. Yeah, he talks about Gary Glitter, a poster of Gary Glitter on his walls. He's trying to, sit next to this little girl.
Yeah.
After the show. Because he sees her in the crowd. And he wrote that in 74.
Is this the same record Jailbait is on, or no?
Jailbreak. No, that was on an
Jailbreak.
EP,
That's something in Motorhead, I think.
I like both versions of the song. Dave Evans from 1974, and then, of course, them doing it, redoing it. And really giving it some balls, like you said.
Yeah.
So Bon Scott's birthday. That's, of course.
And the drummer just got sentenced to 8 months at home confinement.
That was it after all that?
That's it, yeah.
Not bad.
Fuck the tour up. If he was on the tour, that would really fuck things up.
Well, yeah, I mean, they basically got one of their older drummer, another guy back in the band that used to play in AC/DC in the 90s, but he was facing 10, 20 years in jail.
I know he
for all
was.
that stuff.
He wanted to kill somebody, right?
He made some phone calls.
Yeah, he was rather upset.
There were some ladies of the evening involved as well, right?
That's what you got.
Some drugs, a little of everything.
Yeah.
It was a combo platter for him.
They're on a boat, a bunch of them.
I know.
Yeah, it's great.
So
you don't hear stories like that anymore.
No, he's probably pretty happy that that's all he got. He was looking at some hard time.
Yeah.
So, when is the AC/DC show?
August.
I gotta go. We going?
Late August, yeah, the week before Labor Day.
How are we getting tickets? Is it sold out?
It's at MetLife Stadium, 80,000 tickets, so I'd say probably not. But I'd say there's probably 60, 65,000 sold.
It's
probably.
Saturday, July 29th.
We gotta go.
August.
I've never seen AC/DC. We've talked about this over the last year.
They're playing on Thursday. Saturday.
And even a stadium, they sound great. I've seen them in stadium before.
I have to go and see AC/DC. So, still going strong. I saw Florentine at the Corey Taylor show last night. What did he think? Why don't we put Jennifer on the phone on the show here? Jennifer, good morning.
Yeah.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hi, Jennifer.
How are you guys?
Good.
Just kind of waking up, getting things together.
Oh, tell me about it. It was a fantastic show, and I saw Florentine last night. By the way, your girlfriend's very cute.
It wasn't a girlfriend. We're just, a bunch of people just hanging.
Yeah, sure. No, we were standing in front, and I waved to you. I don't know if you...
I remember, yeah, absolutely.
Just hanging, huh?
My husband.
There's a bunch of people there.
Just a whole bunch of people.
Uh-huh. So what did you think of the show?
Phenomenal. Corey Taylor's almost like, I always say he's like the Dave Grohl of heavy metal. The guy can do anything. Everything he touches is gold.
Yeah, his voice is very underrated, man. He's really great, and he never gets talked about like a lot of the other guys do.
Well,
he's an amazing person just in general. It's like I saw the first one down at Starland when he did the first book, and we actually did the VIP yesterday.
Ooh.
So,
do tell.
What do you get in the VIP?
Yeah, did you get anything popped into your mouth?
Jesus.
But he was just really cool for the crowd, and he just really is absolutely amazing. To think that he could do the two different bands with the same voice, but yet be slightly different. It's just pretty cool.
Yeah. He's going to be on the show today. You know that, Jennifer?
No, he's not. Shut up. For real?
Yeah. Corey Taylor will be on the show today around 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we would never talk about an artist that wasn't appearing on this show.
That's right. It's the only reason we're taking your phone call.
That's how we do this.
You just happened to see Florentine with some friends at the show last night.
Yeah, Jameson was there.
Yeah.
Mike Orlando from this band, Adrenaline Mob, my buddy John. Yeah, it was
just a whole bunch of people just hanging out together. And Corey Taylor is going to be on the show promoting his book, You're Making Me Hate You.
That is so fantastic. I am going to have to try and sneak and listen to that at work.
Oh, madam.
I think he talks about selfie sticks in this book, I believe.
Oh, my God.
I don't mind the selfie stick as much as everybody else does. I don't have one, but I don't know what the big deal is.
I have mixed feelings about it.
Do you?
Yeah, I understand it and I hate it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I do get it though.
But I don't understand why
they make one that looks like a fake hand now, so it looks like someone's actually taking the picture.
That's great because you can put it on someone's skirt and grab their twat.
Yeah, like it's not my hand.
Yeah, no. What are you talking about, miss?
It was my selfie stick.
Yeah,
it's
this
not
hand
my
on a stick.
Right.
Yeah, mine.
All right,
guys. It's the first time I ever spoke on the show, and thanks for taking my
thanks,
call.
man. I'd say it was a big success.
Yeah, I think you did all right.
Yeah, we look forward to many more calls like this.
Yeah, I think we're going to put it on the best of this week. It was amazing.
First time. I can't believe it.
It'll be the highlight of the week of this programming. So
come on, that had to be beginner's luck. There's no way you could be this good the first time all the time.
I try.
All right, Jennifer. Thank you.
Never call back though, because you might have the sophomore jinx.
Yeah, right. One and done for Jennifer.
Yeah, you were amazing. We'll never talk to you again.
The selfie stick is being banned all over the place.
Good.
This is one of those things that has to drive you nuts, right, Florentine?
Well, when you're at a show and you got that sticking in your face and you can't see the stage because somebody's doing that.
But it's better. We went through a stage where people were holding up their iPads. Remember that stage?
Well, yeah, but now you got a big stick. Like just when if someone's in front of you, they got their phone up, you can kind of look around, and now you got a stick and it's way up there and you can't see anything. And
I think you look like a fucking goofball when you're carrying around a selfie stick, but I'm not bothered by them.
No.
You have to be.
I'm not. I feel sorry for the person because it looks kind of...
Look, they say anyone that takes pictures of themselves like that, this guy really got some mental issues. Because you have to take like 20 takes till you pick the right one to get... to post and stuff like that. There's some issues.
But that's all
when you're taking pictures of yourself like that and posting them and
that's
going,
all
that's not a good one,
doing
that's not a good one.
Yeah, but that's all they're doing on Facebook. Everyone's just doing that fucking selfie shot. Yes, Justin.
But you see, when the other side of this, if you have a family and you're on vacation, it's either one of the group is out taking the photo of everybody, or you have to hand your camera or phone to someone else.
Just hand your camera.
Yeah, I mean, what did they do 5 years ago?
Right.
No, I know, but my wife is always the one who's like, "Excuse me, can you take a picture of?" And I hate it.
I wouldn't want to hand my phone to a stranger just because God forbid they hit the wrong button, and then whoever I'm taking a photo with is like, "Why do you have a cock photo right after photos we've taken? Who are you sending this to?" And I would have to make up an excuse.
Yeah.
Selfie stick might save you some humiliation.
All of a sudden, a picture of Jim and Jared from Subway pops up.
Now I understand why Jim Norton's a fan of the selfie stick.
Yes. Fucking sharing a sandwich with your wife's Similac off my zipper. Oh, boy, is he naughty. Yeah. He's part of the probe.
He is part of the probe.
It looks like it might be just like, well, maybe bad luck, but then they're like, no, we're actually investigating him.
Well, I was wondering that, the last couple of days, why isn't anyone from his camp getting out in front of this going, whoa, it looks a little shady, but we got to tell you that, Jared is clean. No one was saying that. So I'm like, oh, my God, I think he's the guy they were looking for.
You think that now... I guess the guy from his foundation or whatever, his partner, whatever, got arrested a couple months ago. Yeah. You would think that the guy had like 2 months to get whatever shit he might have that might incriminate him in his house out of there.
Maybe he did. But maybe they can track you electronically through emails, through stuff that was sent and down. Like maybe he doesn't even have the evidence in his house anymore. But maybe they have evidence that it went back and forth.
Like,
Who knows?
Like his old computers, he just got rid of them, like his hard drives and stuff like that. Did he just
I don't know.
Get rid of that shit when he knew this guy got busted? They might come after me.
They might, but they can track every email you send electronic. And people doing that stuff are fucking insane. It's like this, they can catch anyone. They can just trace stuff.
You have to be nuts.
How dumb did I just sound? They can just trace stuff. But they can. I love it. But I don't know technically how they do it, but they can. I mean, it's like, so right. If this guy got busted and he was dirty, they'll get him.
Yeah. I guess they were in his house. They said like 11 hours going through
11 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Either he had a really enviable stash or there was nothing.
Wow, 11 hours.
They had dogs. I guess there's dogs that can sniff because there's thumb drives and shit.
Maybe they were worried he had bed bugs, so they had the dogs.
How do you think they booked both of them in the same day? The FBI raided the bed bug guy. Like, come on, he can't come back until 2 weeks from now.
Imagine if
Might as well take care of everything at once.
Imagine if the only thing that comes out is he had Quiznos sandwiches in his refrigerator.
I think the Subway people are bummed that,
you think they're spokesmen for pedophile?
No. See, stupid me, I paused there. But the pictures that are coming out where he's chubby again, not only is he a bad boy, but he's also showing that the Subways don't work in the end because he gained a lot of the weight back.
I think his bad eating habits are far less of a concern than the fact that he might have been putting his penis in a child, or at least looking at it. Just the implication, even if he didn't do it.
Oh, he's fucked.
They'll probably go like, "Look, man, we love you, but we can't have that." People are going to think of that when they think we can't do it.
You know how bad this is? They took him out of Sharknado 3.
Oh,
that
really?
hit the paper today.
Did they really?
A Sharknado, which is just a stupid, campy, dumb movie.
Yeah.
Those people are panicking and going, "Oh my God, get him out of the movie immediately." Supposedly he had a very quick cameo, but it's already out of the movie.
That's the last thing you need when you're watching sharks all over and go, "Hey, didn't that guy fuck kids?"
Look, he's just a mess.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, anyone who thinks they're going to lose weight by eating at Subway.
It's fucking the breadiest thing. I hate Subway so much.
I enjoy a good Subway.
That smell walking in that place is brutal.
It's awful. I would take a Blimpie, and goddamn it, our manager hates Jersey Mike's with a vengeance.
I don't know what Jersey Mike's is.
It's a great Subway place, a sandwich place, and he hates it because they're not really from Jersey. He thinks they're trying to capture. He's obsessed with Jersey Mike's. Yeah. But I had one when me and Kenny were on the road, and there was nothing, and fuck, were they good. God damn it, were they good. I couldn't get over how much I liked a good Jersey Mike's sandwich.
Are they healthy or not really?
It's a sandwich. It's
whatever.
It's a bready, but they were good. It's like an old Blimpie sandwich.
I like a good Subway sandwich every once in a while.
Oh, yuck. There's no such thing. Those words never go together. There's no good Subway sandwich.
I don't know where that meat, I don't know where it came from.
It's
if you
fucking
look
hideous.
It looks a little weird,
They
right?
take it out of the trunk of a car. I don't trust it.
I think they
try to hide this. The only thing healthy in there is the spinach, and they try to hide it. They put like a lid over it. I'm like, I have some spinach. They're like, no, you can't have that. That's extra.
I go with
a Blimpie.
I go with the whatever. Why are we going to start?
Because I want to talk about Blimpie subs. My mouth is. I haven't eaten fucking a proper meal in 4 months. I'm starving.
That place, you're playing the Borgata this weekend, that place in Atlantic City's got great subs. I forget, the White House or something, whatever. We always get them from there.
Oh, do you have to go through gunfire to get it, or is it on the strip?
No, the White House on the way out of Atlantic City. Everyone, that's a stop for a lot of people, yeah.
Maybe I'll have one going in. I'm going to have to see my parents on Saturday, which is nice. I love my parents, but the weight loss comments are not going to be good. Are you okay? Yes.
You're starving? Why don't we take care of you today? What do you want to eat? It's on me. What do you want?
I'm gonna.
Why don't you splurge a little bit?
What
this
I
morning?
like? A $50,000 check. I want to. I'm going to eat a big meal on Saturday night because I have to go for a colonoscopy on Monday. So I'm getting
a nice meal in before you have to starve yourself.
Sunday I won't be eating, so I'm going to pig out Saturday night.
At least it's not. Are they even going to have to put you under?
Yes.
Do you want them to?
Yeah, I mean,
the seal's already broken. It's not like it's gonna hurt.
I've never had anything that far that twisted. It's like, Doc, could you just hold my hips? It's a long story. Can you put lipstick on? Forget it.
Are you looking at your calendar at home and you're getting some excitement?
Yeah, because I'm actually going to eat.
Only a few days left
until I can pig out Saturday night. I'm a little worried about it, but it's like I got to do it. And it's like the whole shitting thing the day before. It's like, ugh.
Why are you worried?
Because you never want to go for that shit, man. I'm actually getting it younger than I have to, because I'm like, let me just make sure everything's good.
You're fine. The White House, though, home of submarines. Yeah, that's a stop. You're tired, you're hungover, and you grab one of those for the ride home.
You know what? I'm watching UFC Saturday night after the show. The show's 8 o'clock. be done by 10. I'm going to watch the fights before I go back. And maybe I will get a sandwich, and that'll be my fucking treat, is I'll have a nice White House sandwich.
They're good. We've done them.
Me and Kenny will buy a cooler.
A cooler?
Yeah, keep the sandwiches nice and fucking cool and delicious so they're not all icky.
All right.
Excuse me. I hate to...
I can't wait to hear about Atlantic City on Monday because isn't that place just falling apart at this point?
Yes, it is. The shows are not sold out, which Atlantic City always sells out for me. This is the first time in years they haven't been sold out, and it's taking a big hit the entire place.
Yes, Kenny.
Now, Jim just gave me a good chuckle.
Why?
He said, me and Kenny will buy a cooler. Kenny will be buying the cooler.
Okay, yes, yeah. Kenny will be... Well,
Kenny will be going to the White House and getting the sauce.
Yeah, let me amend that, Sarah. Kenny will go, you fly, I'll buy. How's that?
Oh, so Jim won't be going into the Wawa to get the plastic cooler?
No, but you should go to the White House for the experience.
Yeah. No, last time we were there, I had to take Jonathan there because...
Has he been?
Yeah.
It's good people watching. They've been around since 1946.
All right.
They're an institution down there.
I want to get a nice one for the fights on Saturday.
Okay.
All right. And, I guarantee he's going to be like, this stinks.
No, I'll probably like it. How good was Jersey Mike's? Did I not we ate them in Denver?
I love Jersey Mike's.
Where was it? In fucking Colorado? I'll talk about Jersey Mike's until the fucking cows come home. Home run, yeah.
Arizona was the last
Holy shit, were they good in Phoenix. Thank you. There was just nothing to eat around the hotel.
I think you've had the White House before when we did that whole, whatever that tour was, with Artie and stuff like that. That whole big Amy Schumer and everybody, and I opened up when we did the Borgata. We got a bunch of subs.
I probably never had any. I probably never had them there.
And they got a wall of pictures of all these celebrities. There you go. You're gonna love this place.
By the way,
these celebrities are pretty lame, actually.
There's a good article in the Post on Amy about how ridiculous these racism charges are. It's what utter fucking nonsense.
Yeah,
just nonsense. This fucking awful Dr. Sutton from where's in D.C. The guy who wrote it, I think he's a black conservative West Indian guy, which he references, and I think he said, I guess he's a Republican or whatever, but it's a great article.
What's his Twitter? Because I read it as well. We should give him some credit for sticking up for Amy, and it's well written.
Yeah,
it's a well-written
he makes
article.
Great points. There's not much more to say about it. It's like the story is not really she said she was sorry. Look, maybe that killed it in the press. Maybe it was a smart move because it stopped it, but there's just no one is coming out against her. So
he understands what you guys do. He says, look, sometimes, a comic has a line that you could take out of context and blow it up and make it sound like the comic is racist, but it could be part of something that's going to be, a much bigger, more involved bit as it's developed.
Yeah.
And that's pretty smart on his part to point that out.
Yeah, she didn't.
What's his name? It's Robert George. Right.
She didn't need to apologize. She didn't do anything wrong. But look, the thing was when it's people got mad at me like, why are you defending? How come you attack? I never attack people for apologizing. I attack the people who want the apology. We didn't bash Imus or fucking Daniel Tosh or any of those guys. It just stinks all the people that come out or Tracy.
Yeah. There was a time we definitely said you shouldn't apologize, and then we realized that they were definitely taking people's livelihood, and you don't have a choice in the matter. In the end, you have to apologize to save your ass.
Without a doubt. I mean, the show had to apologize.
Huh?
The show had to apologize. Yeah. Certainly against everybody's will, but that apology that was read on fucking XM after that bullshit.
Homeless Charlie.
Yes.
Oh, but everyone knew we were just fucking reading a dumb statement by the company.
You got to do it, yeah.
You could hear it in. I think Anthony
read it.
Anthony read the apology. You could hear us crumpling up the paper and just utter disgust. But we knew we had to do that, or we would have been fucked, and the whole thing would have been taken away.
Ariana, what's her name? Grande? Is it Grande? How you say it?
Yeah,
Grande.
She's a pop singer.
Yeah. I met her once. I had no idea who she was.
She's tiny, right?
Yeah, she wanted to fuck, and I was like, stop it. No, she was weird. It was one of my Lenos, and there was some other guy singing with her, so we took a photo at the end. But she jumped between me and this guy. Like she had this guy between me and her. And it's like, I know I'm creepy. Yeah. But what do you think I'm gonna do? Just fucking tweak your clit during a photo? It's like we're just taking a picture in the hallway.
No wonder she hates Americans.
She, I guess during the July 4th weekend, she was in a donut shop with her new boyfriend, and She was basically making believe. It came out yesterday that she was actually licking the donuts, but she was making believe she was licking the donuts at this donut shop. And then she started saying, "I hate America."
No, what happened was they brought out a tray of donuts, and I guess she looked at them and she's like, "What is that? I hate America. I hate America."
Right. That's
and
right.
all the conservatives are grabbing it. Just like the liberals grab a racial joke,
Yeah.
the conservatives run with this shit. First of all, it was a private moment with a guy that someone caught on fucking camera.
Yeah.
She wasn't meant that for public consumption.
Of course not.
And I've said that a million times. Do you know how many times I've been to the airport and I see a McDonald's and I'm trying to get something that's decent? And I'm like, I fucking hate Americans. Bunch of fucking slob.
Yeah.
A million times I've said that.
Yeah.
And it's like now you got to come out and go, no, I'm patriotic.
Yeah, they're spinning it. She said, "What the fuck is that?" So obviously she's referencing the donuts in front of her.
No, that's when we took our picture.
And then, like you said, "I hate Americans. I hate America. That's disgusting." So she was obviously saying that as far as the donuts go and how we overconsume in this country.
Yeah.
Not that she actually hates the fucking country.
She did nothing wrong, and who cares?
I don't give a fuck about her.
You don't think it was wrong that she licked donuts?
No,
that she had
No, she's how old is she? Like 20.
Travis, but
that's what you do. You
She was just being
silly.
Was she really licking them, or she was mock licking them?
Travis,
licking them and spitting on them.
I read
Oh,
that
I
she
didn't see
was
her spitting
fake
on it.
licking.
I have not read that anywhere.
Can I see the licking? I didn't see.
No, I read this morning. Wait, video also showed the former Nickelodeon star kissing her boyfriend and pretending to lick donuts while the shopkeeper wasn't looking. That's what is in the post, I think.
Yeah, I don't think she was.
If she was licking the donuts, of course that's
kind of creepy, but
that's way different. But supposedly she was making believe she was licking the donuts.
And
I don't
who
know.
the fuck studied this? I knew what she said, and I had trouble picking it up. Who studied this with forensic ears? What did the little pop star say at the donut shop?
Yeah.
Ugh, nosy cunts we are.
But now they're just taking it out of, they're just making this way bigger, I guess.
Who doesn't?
Really is.
What is she in their 20s? Travis? Yeah,
She's
exactly.
early 20s.
We used to go. There was a Dunkin' Donuts by our house, and after we would go to the bar at night, at like 2 in the morning, we go in there drunk, and we just go in the bathroom and take upper deckers in the 2 toilets. Me and my brother, and my friends, we'd go there like every Friday or Saturday because the guy was a dick behind the counter.
Oh, okay.
And we'd save it. We'd hold it in all day and take an upper decker.
Would you hold it in all day and just find that one establishment where they were just assholes to you?
Yeah, well, we knew that place because we knew we probably weren't going to get laid, so we're going to wind up at the Dunkin' Donuts again. And we just go in there, we order some donuts, and we'd both go in the bathroom. We just take upper deckers.
Can I tell you my favorite thing? There was the article in the Post, obviously, which you know about earlier this week, and
Yeah, I heard about
and
that.
the marriage, and at the end of it, I actually took a photo and sent it to Jimmy. You read the article, but they end the New York Post article. It says, in the Louis episode, Florentine plays a hack comedian named Kenny who dies in a tragic comic fashion. He slips and cracks his head while attempting to defecate in a toilet's tank. That was in the fucking paper.
About the breakup of your marriage.
That's how they end the article.
That's how they end it.
I'm like, you never want to see your personal shit like that graphically displayed, but I knew that line, that end.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could be happier for as a comedian than to see that.
They probably figured, let's close on a good joke.
Yeah, let's close strong.
I mean?
You gotta close
Positive note.
strong.
Yeah, got to
On a
laugh.
positive note.
You're dead and it's shitting into a toilet tank. It was phenomenal.
You're doing all right with all that, right, Florentine?
Yeah, I've been shitting in tanks for years.
And nary an injury.
Yeah,
You're doing all right.
it was blown way out of proportion.
That was a big article in the paper a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very happy at that last part. Made
Yeah.
me so happy.
Absolutely. Ariana explains herself. I'm extremely proud to be an American, and I've always made it clear that I love my country. What I said in a private moment with my friend who was buying the donuts was taken out of context, and I am sorry for not using more discretion with my choice of words. The problem, singer added that her comments merely reflected her concern about America's obesity epidemic. As an advocate for healthy eating, food is very important to me, and I sometimes get upset by how freely we as Americans eat and consume things without giving any thought to the consequences that it has on our health and society as a whole. I completely believe her.
Yeah, but it's one of those stupid things that people just you know, like, oh, you said you don't like America. Like, who gives a fuck? She wasn't saying it at a public speech.
Yeah, she had to cancel her All-Star game.
That's exactly, you know, like she canceled because she had wisdom teeth getting. No, she would have gotten fucking. They would have booed her there.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
She would have been booed horribly.
Yeah,
that was probably a smart move.
Oh, I forgot to add that. She said that this had something to do with getting 3 teeth pulled, too. The wisdom teeth.
Wisdom. Sounds to me like she needs some wisdom after that comment. Morning Zoo Crew, Jimmy Norton.
So that's that then.
This giant guy, whatever his name is, Pierre, I don't know his name, Jason Pierre-Paul, fucking blew his finger off. I saw a photo of the hand.
That's the guy from the Giants, right?
If it was legit, and I believe it was, I saw the photo of the hand last night. It looked like the thumb was in great shape, but the rest of the hand looked like a fucking head wound. You couldn't distinguish what finger was what. It was just blown out.
Really?
And I'm like, that's terrible nerve damage, so I'm not surprised.
So you saw the picture?
Yeah, but again, it was shown to me by a friend who, I don't know how he got it. I should have asked him, but it looked legit.
That's a big deal. No one has really seen the hand. But they did report in the paper today that they amputated one of the fingers.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
And the index finger, they say you could lose, most people lose 35% of their strength with an index finger gone. A minimum 10 to 15% you're going to lose strength on. I don't know why. I don't know.
When you grip, man, it's hard to grip that way. That's going to end his career. That's
so 30. They say usually 35% you lose of your strength
of the arm. Or
if you lose an index finger, you lose 35% of your strength.
All of your strength.
All of your strength. You're going to lose at least 10 to 15%
in that arm. I'm sure.
Just in the arm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just strength in general, because you know, lifting weights, I guess, or whatever, how it works. So they're like, how is this guy going to be able to
the
play
index finger's
football?
A big one, yeah.
And he was ready to make $15 million.
Yeah, he didn't sign his contract.
He was going to sign a 1-year deal for $15 million. So now I don't know what.
How much had he made before that?
He made some decent money, but this is where he was really going to hit free agency, and
this was going to be his big contract.
They put the franchise tag on him for a year to keep him.
Yeah.
And he held out from minicamp and all this stuff, and you know, all the off-season programs, is he wanted a big contract, you know, a 6-year, $80 million contract.
Why the fuck are you fooling around with fireworks?
But there was another guy on Tampa, another guy on the Bucs that blew off like 2 of his fingers, too. Just his 4th of July.
This year, too?
Yeah. Just happened a couple of days ago. He was like more of like a special teams player, I think. He's a defensive guy. Not well known, but he blew off 2 fingers.
What the fuck are these guys? Does the message not get out? Don't handle this shit?
Well, I think it was the same day. I think it was both on the 4th of July.
Yeah, I know.
I know. You think that they. I
mean, like for years you're hearing like, "Oh, be careful of fireworks! You blow your." And it's like such a it's like wear your seatbelt at this point.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
What?
Jason Pierre-Paul rented out a whole U-Haul van full of fireworks.
And I'm currently scared for my house's safety. So that was the neighbor's tweet before.
Yeah, this was the tweet that came out before the injury.
Yeah.
He rented a whole U-Haul van full of fireworks.
Who loves fireworks that much? Fireworks fucking stink. The fuck is it with fireworks?
What the fuck?
They blow.
If he rented this, he's got to be the one that lights all this shit.
Yeah, because supposedly there was a picture of him online in front of the van saying something about fireworks a couple days before. On Instagram, and he took it down and all that stuff.
They fucking stink, fireworks. I don't get it. I don't look at it. Like, I hear them going off sometimes in the city. They do different things. I have zero fucking interest in watching them.
I don't know what they could do to make them exciting again. They were kind of cool when you were a kid, I guess. But
I took my son to see the fireworks with my brother and his kids, and he was bored after like 5 minutes.
My kids, we put this whole thing together. My kid was like, "All right, let's get some snacks. Let's stand right here. It seems like it's a good spot. Blah blah blah." Set up this whole thing. It took probably an hour to set up to watch the fireworks, and just like your son, maybe not even 5 minutes, 3 minutes in, like, "Hey, can we watch something on TV?" And then I had to clean up all the nonsense that he had to set up for this big, watch party or whatever.
It's fucking horrendous. There's no reason to do it.
Right.
To watch them. They're not exciting and they're not fun.
No.
What if you're dating a girl and she wants to go see the fireworks?
Let's go. I'd be happy to. Make sure your feet get nice and sweaty. Wear sneakers and socks.
If a guy's
and put them on my face.
For the 10 women that listen to our radio show, if a guy takes you to a fireworks display in your local town, he really, really likes you.
Yeah.
There was a couple. There was a couple making out as the fireworks were going off, like in front of us, like on a rock by the lake. I know. was like, I just wanted to push them both in.
They probably thought it was romantic.
Did they have a
definitely
selfie
did.
stick? Did they have their selfie stick?
They didn't, but
No.
they were making out as they were going on.
Because I remember those local fireworks displays, and you would bring a gal, and then you were stuck in traffic for 2 fucking
That's what
hours.
happened to me.
There's one road in and out.
We had
of
to walk
town.
through a neighborhood. We had to park like 6 blocks away, walk through a neighborhood to get to a little park and
A
put a
guy
blanket
really
down.
likes you if he's taking you to one of those things.
Yeah, unless he's like, what is that? Look down there, and it's the fucking tube they use to shoot stuff out of. Then he hates your fucking guts.
Yeah. Right finger, amputated today. So there
Fucking
you go.
awful.
So, I mean, he was avoiding the Giants. They sent a few representatives down to Florida, and they couldn't find him because he knew he was fucked. He was trying to figure it all out. And you saw the picture. Wow.
Yeah, if it was legit, but it seemed like it just was a mangled right hand.
Right.
Thumb was good, but I guess what's worse to lose, the index finger or the thumb? I'm going to think that the thumb is worse to lose.
I think as far as,
For gripping stuff.
everyday stuff, it's got to be the thumb, no?
Can they put a fake one on there, or is it impossible?
Well, yeah, but he's an NFL player. I mean, maybe if you're like just a regular Joe, they'll figure something out. Maybe they'll take one of your toes or something. I don't know. That always looks so awkward when they take your big toe and make it into a thumb.
No,
I guess it works for people.
It does, but
but not if you're in the NFL.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah.
They really can take your big toe and put.
Oh my God! Fine.
Yeah,
That's an easy Google.
And it's perfect. This way, when you tip over because you have no balance, and they're like, "You're all right," you can thumbs up. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, the big toe thumb surgery is a biggie. There you go. See? That was an easy find.
Yeah.
Look at that. Your big toe is a thumb.
Yeah. Go to looklikeanasshole.com.
I know. I'd go without the thumb.
You know what, though? I got shitty thumbs. I might have to... This might be a good thing for me, a good option. I could have a real-looking fucking thumb.
I guess your hand is much more important.
That looks pretty normal on that guy. Although now he's got one thumb that looks giant, but...
Yeah, it looks like a monkey hand.
Wow, look at that.
Bent out.
You could look at it, too, if you Google it.
This guy's thumbs upping when the left thumb is a toe.
Ew. Ew, what's that?
Yeah, but...
Ew, wait, go back.
That's a vagina.
You got to go back. You missed this. They took his little toe and made it into a thumb.
That's terrible.
Ew.
Yeah, that looks ridiculous.
Why couldn't they use his fucking big toe?
It's probably on the other hand.
It's just a mess. Wow, I would not want that. I would rather not have a thumb.
He's a meat grinder repairman.
All right. The big toe as the thumb works, but the little toe as a thumb, that is downright creepy.
Yeah, you look like a jerk off.
But taking the big toe off's got to affect some kind of balance or something. So
Absolutely.
I think they said the little toe is the one you really don't want to lose.
Oh, really?
If I remember correctly. Maybe we get Dr. Steve on that.
Gentlemen, I'll keep all 10. Thank you very much.
Well, certainly try to do that. See the guy who died putting a firework on his head? Yes, we did.
I did.
That was a big story.
What was
over
the firework that was it like a Roman candle or something? Or
I'm not sure exactly what. Which firework? He was 22. Mom of 22-year-old man who died after lighting fireworks on his head wants stricter laws.
What law? What? How about for abortion? You dumb fucking woman! I just petered out on that. So I'm attacking the mother. What's wrong with me?
Of course, she wants something done, but
why would you want stricter laws?
I think he put a mortar tube on his head. Is that true?
Yeah, it was he thought it was a dud, so then he put it on his head, and then boom.
Wow.
So why would you put a dud on your head?
I don't know. He was drunk. He was stupid.
Wow, that's very sad. Is there video of it?
That would be phenomenal.
Megan Fox has thumbs that look like toes. I know. I kind of got the same thing as Megan Fox.
I would suck her hands after she worked on a car engine. I'd just lick her dirty thumbs.
Well, there's other people in my family that have even worse thumbs.
Well, what's wrong with your thumbs?
They're a little like stubby. I'm missing like half. I don't know. It's like I think I need more of a nail there.
Yeah.
But I got people in my family. I don't want to call out anyone personally that their thumbs are even shittier than mine.
They're like Megan Fox thumbs. But I didn't notice them for years.
What, mine or Megan Fox?
Yours.
Yeah, they're not that bad. There's someone in my family that really.
And we thumbs up each other every day, and I couldn't believe I didn't notice it.
But she could grow a little extra nail and cheat a little bit on her thumb. I can't do that. So, my hand was destroyed by a table saw. Wait a minute. Let's get to. We're laughing, and God, our audience is probably a whole bunch of them that are missing a finger or two. Let's say hi to Gary and Philly.
Chromosome.
Gary. Gary.
How's it going, guys?
Hey.
Hello, Gary.
So, I used to work in hardwood floors, and I lost my thumb, index, middle, and whatever you call that finger, right? I think your ring finger for your pinky.
Yeah.
And when I went into the surgery, they were able to save my index finger and put it where my thumb was. So I have a really long thumb.
Ugh.
And the 3 middle fingers are completely gone, and my pinky's kind of stuck at a 90-degree angle. And basically, when you go in for surgery for that, their main objective is to get you to have a grip. So they'll do anything they can to put a thumb back on there.
The thumb is a worse loss than the index finger.
It has to be. How does it work? Are you all right with it?
Yeah, I drive a truck now. So
Jeez.
Left hand, I was lucky that it wasn't my right hand.
So were you just cursing? You just cursing at the radio for the last 5 minutes?
Where are you right now? He's probably on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck because he's had another accident. My fingers aren't strong enough to beep the horn, so I plow into a lot of stuff.
Brutal, man.
How weird is that? You're just a listener of the show. You decide to tune it in, and now we're mocking what happened to you personally. Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, hey, all kidding aside, Gary. Thank God you're okay.
Gary, if you saw Opie's grin as he's saying that.
LeBron told you guys years ago when you did the waking up amputees.
Waking up amputees.
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, well, we would pick a certain group. We would wake up serial killers and all that. I kind of remember that bit.
Exactly, yeah.
Right on. All right, Gary. Because we know there are just horrible people that are listening to this show, not just regular people. People that are going to just do no good today. And they start their mornings with a fine radio show as well. So we did a little thing on that back in the day. LeBron James has terrible toes. Could you Google that real fast before we take a break and get Nick DiPaolo in here? I want to see LeBron James' awful toes. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. What the fuck? Wow. Is that really his toes? Look at LeBron James' toes. They're tiny.
Let me see.
First of all, he's got very, very tiny toes, and then it's like he's crossing all his toes.
That is literally, it looks like a ham hock.
Yeah, I mean,
that's real.
What?
He's got it's like a deformed left foot. I can't believe I've jerked off thinking about his feet in my mouth so many times.
His left foot. His left foot is a mess. They're like too small for his foot. First of all,
it looks like his little toe. His foot is wearing a little top hat. What a mangled, awful foot. It's like his toe is going. Jimmy Durante feet. They stink.
He's got one toe over the big toe.
It looks like he's crossing his toes for good luck.
Holy fuck, is that awful?
Thanks for turning us on to LeBron James' left foot. That's a disaster.
Oh my God! Inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis. It's fucking horrendous.
LeBron James is very good in Trainwreck. I want to say that.
Yes, I'm sure he is. I saw a momentary clip. He was great.
He was terrific in this damn movie. He could act.
Yeah,
he was very, very good.
I only saw I only saw the clip when he's kind of first introduced, but I was like, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he was very good. Have you seen Trainwreck yet, Jim?
No, I think I'm going to the premiere next week.
You going Tuesday?
Yeah, I think we're all going to go Tuesday.
I'm going to Bobby's. I feel bad. I committed to Bobby's first.
I should go to Bobby's.
But I also feel really bad because it's a big thing for him. It's his show, and it's like it's going to be very overshadowed. But Trainwreck will be awesome too.
But you know what? I saw Trainwreck, so maybe I could just. I gotta support Bobby. Where's Bobby's?
I don't know. He asked me. I didn't know that the Trainwreck was happening the 14th.
They got the first review in the paper for Bobby's new show. We're calling it Bobby's new show,
good,
not Dennis
man.
Leary's new show.
Is it good?
I wasn't able to read it yet. It's a full page piece on the new show.
Oh, awesome,
full
man.
Page, so I'll read through that during the break probably. Okay, look, we'll take a break. We got Nick DiPaolo coming in next, and we also have Corey Taylor from Slipknot. I hear he's a great guy. I've never met him.
Stone Sour, great dude. He's already written 3 books. This is his 3rd book. You're Making Me Hate You just came out on Tuesday.
I'm excited to meet him.
Saw his show last night, acoustic show.
Acoustic?
Unbelievable.
That's I could have done that. That would have been nice to do. I did a little sideshow last night, a documentary show that went very well on the channel. Are we going to put that on demand, Justin?
Yep, it's going up on demand.
If you didn't check it out last night, trying to get a lot of programming on this channel, so Yeah, whatever. So the Doc Show was good, and then Race Wars was really good last night as well with Sherrod Small and Kurt Metzger. Florentine, what are you promoting there?
Corey does a great version of Nutshell by Alice in Chains. You know that song, obviously, right?
Do we have a copy of that?
He did it last night. Yeah, I'm sure it is on YouTube. It's phenomenal.
Let's just play it into break.
We're looking.
All right, if we can find it, we'll
this
play
weekend, I'm going to be in Lancaster at Stitch's Comedy Club Friday and Saturday with Joe Howard. And then next Thursday, July 16th, the Improv in Hollywood, California with Morgan Murphy and Jason Lawhead. We're doing a show.
Nice. And
Morgan's great.
Jimmy's got his Borgata gig this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow and Saturday. A lot of fanfare surrounding this one.
Yay!
Ugh. And then July 18th in Albuquerque. I called into a radio show yesterday, and they told me as of yesterday there were 100 tickets left. So it's the National Hispanic Cultural Center.
What does the room hold? 125?
Yes. Yes, I have 20 comps. But they said the 5 that are coming are laughers.
You guys are brutal to each other.
And
brutal.
And Levity Live, I just booked July 23rd through the 25th. Which is an amazing, amazing club, and Albany's now on sale for October, but who cares? That one I have faith. This is the first time I haven't been sold out in Atlantic City in probably years. It's not a holiday week. I normally do Martin Luther King weekend or...
That's a rough weekend this weekend coming up for comedy, especially after the 4th of July. Everybody did their shit this weekend, so it's a bad weekend.
I didn't think about it, because normally I'll do 3 shows, and all 3 will sell out. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening with this one? And I talked to my agent, and he's like, well, it's not a holiday. I'm like, ugh.
It's a bad weekend, because a lot of people took the whole week off, and then, they did everything they wanted to do.
And they're burnt out from the 4th. They spent a lot of money. And then.
But I wish I would have just talked about, I wish my agent would have said to me, it's a bad weekend to do that.
Or this show is just a complete failure. So it's one of the two.
No, I mean, hold on. Both of those things can be true. But, no, I don't think it's that. Because I've got a lot of the other traditional press that doesn't matter.
And Atlantic City's been taking a huge hit, too.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
Are we going to do this version? All right, we're going to just try it. Corey Taylor from Slipknot doing Nutshell, which is one of my favorite Alice in Chains songs. Probably is my favorite.
It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
You know what? I think it's right up there as well for me.
Better than Happy Birthday? I think not.
It's overplayed, though. Here's Corey Taylor, who will be on the show in a little bit, doing Nutshell from Alice in Chains. Here we go. All right, what do we got? So I got to turn on the mics here. We got Florentine in studio, of course, Jim Norton, and now Nick DiPaolo, who was waiting in the lobby for 20 minutes. Made sure everyone knew that.
They got me. No, that's a line from the fucking Godfather. I wasn't being a prick.
Oh.
Come on, Ope.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They had me waiting in the lobby, Mike.
Well, you should
now
have
Opie thinks I'm being an asshole.
No, you should have added the Mike part, and then I would have known.
I said Mike.
You did?
Yes.
I apologize.
I could have a complaint? Come on.
No, Nick's
not like me.
Nick's one of our favorite people. It's been a while, too, since Nick has been in studio. We were just discussing the Amy Schumer sketch, 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
You got to act with Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Goldblum and John Hawkes.
That was a nice
lineup.
It was
fucking awesome.
And they're looking at that sketch as the sketch that Amy has done so far.
Well, good. That'll help her career. I'll be sitting home going, I'm glad I could help. Maybe I can get in the sequel.
You pop
No,
up?
I know. It was so great that she even asked me. I had already booked a flight. I was booked my vacation to St. Bart's with my wife and shit.
And you got to blow
and
that
I
off?
literally, this is why I probably am where I am career-wise. I'm like, I already booked my flight. She's like, what are you, fucking nuts? We wrote this around your attitude.
So what happened with the trip?
My wife had to go down early.
Yeah.
And luckily she got a hold of a girlfriend of hers that lives in L.A.
Okay.
And so that girlfriend flew to St. Bart, met her in St. Bart's for the first 5 days. Then I came down for the last 5.
So you missed 5 days of vacation?
I missed 5 days, but it was worth. I mean, that fucking
Absolutely.
That sketch was
That's absolutely the right move to make.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way I wasn't going.
Yeah.
When I heard, fucking Giamatti, I fucking love. I've seen like Sideways 11 times. The guy's so compelling.
I was asking you off mic. I was convinced that Paul Giamatti's just an asshole, and he's actually not a good actor because he's in the Brian Wilson thing, and he's amazing in that. He's amazing in everything. Is what it comes down to. But it seems like he plays sort of the same kind of pricky guy in everything he does. So I'm starting to assume that he's just a prick in real life. But you're telling me that's not the truth.
No, that we were having that conversation.
Yeah.
I go, well, you're way different than he goes. I know. I fucking. Also, I get to read for. It's like asshole pop. I'm like, yeah, welcome to the club. What do you think I'm reading for? I haven't read from any priests or fatherly roles, So,
Problem with that sketch, though, is it just reminded me too much of 12 Angry Men. Like, that's a little close, and they probably didn't realize it.
They nailed it, didn't they?
Oh, my God, yeah.
It's on YouTube, 12 Angry Men inside Amy Schumer.
So funny and so smart. The dildo, so good, man.
Debating the dildo.
And, Nick, you said that was like 3 days to shoot that? Like 14 hours?
2 days.
Or 2 days?
Yeah. Why'd you miss 5 days for vacation?
Huh?
Why'd you miss 5 days of vacation?
Yeah, there was only 2 days of shooting, Nick.
You wanted 3 days apiece at the house by yourself?
Something to do with the flights and I can't remember, but I missed 5 days or 4 days.
Is St. Bart's all right?
It's fucking awesome.
I've heard great things about it.
It's awesome.
Where is it?
Yeah.
It's right off the coast of, you know what, Montreal.
Jersey. Okay.
No, it's the West Indies, whatever the fuck.
I hear amazing things about the place.
It's the balls.
What do you do down there? Just chilled out, or
I don't do anything. We rent the same place. It's on a cliff.
Wow,
nice. Overlooking this. It's just one room. It's like, I guess, how they used to build houses in Greece back in the day. The hinges, like you can open up a wall to the house. Wow. It opens up. So now your house is open, and you're overlooking a cliff. It's crazy.
Wow. Nice. It's got to feel safe and comfortable.
Yes, at night. There's a kitchen outside. It's fun. It's just, and there's a deck right next to it. A deck.
Yeah.
And we don't move from that.
How isolated are you from other people?
Fairly isolated.
But and you just bring groceries?
There's a market there that we go to. We've gone so many times. It's like being in your hometown.
I'm going to call you up because I've always wanted to go. Now you could give me the lay of the land.
It's clean. It's just
a lot of celebrities go down there.
You don't do any activities like zip line or snorkel? I can't see Nick.
What's wrong with a good snorkel?
I can't see Nick getting up at 6 in the morning going on a friggin' a field trip with people.
Are you fucking kidding me?
One of them tours.
I actually read. I bring like 5 books.
Right. You're right. It's a field trip for adults.
Do you ever do those tours, Nick?
Oh, Christ, Jimmy. To what? This isn't going well.
No, but have you? I can't picture you being on one of those where you're going to go look at some rocks or something.
No. The wife always circles that shit.
Really?
Like, what are you fucking doing?
You don't want to get involved.
Jesus, how long have you fucking known me? Let's go.
I don't mind a good snorkel every once in a while.
I did do the snorkeling thing.
And then I moved on to diving, which was the best thing I ever did. I love diving. Have you ever?
Fuck no, I don't like being underwater.
You realize all the shit is scared of you.
That's not the point.
You can't find
the point is I'm underwater.
Anything.
I'm not worried about the fucking fish.
That
thing pops out of your mouth, you're fucked.
Now they have an extra one.
That's how I feel when I'm with a tranny.
Yeah. I felt, as soon as that left my hand, I go, this is coming back at me. Lightning speed.
Oh, you guys got to dive. Have you ever dove?
No.
That's
in
wonderful.
A pool.
It's great.
No, I don't like that, being that far under.
It's very peaceful down there, Nick.
Yes, I know.
You're alone with your thoughts.
That peace can be broken real quickly when that tank thing pops out of your mouth.
You're
60 feet under. Oh, bullshit. Then that one's broken. I don't trust fucking people.
Then you got a guy.
You trust people that make those fucking things?
Then you got a guy that comes over and helps you out if you need to.
Oh, yeah. That guy's got his back to you. He's fighting off a fucking yellowfin tuna.
He's too busy trying to pick up the broads. That's what usually happens. The ones that are diving with just their bikinis. They're giving them all the attention as you're fucking wallowing in the back.
Yeah, no, Stephen Hawking's more active on vacation than I am. I fucking lay there in a chair like a vegetable, drinking El Presidente, getting the shits.
You don't zip line?
No, I used to. The white lines. I'm old school. I'm like Boss.
I zip lined in Mexico. It was awesome.
What's that?
It was absolutely awesome. I zip lined in Mexico last year.
Really?
Yeah. It was in the
zip line back into the country. they have one that runs from fucking El Ciudad to San Diego.
Oh yeah, I bet you we should get the Donald down there to go.
Brothers with a painful look in their face. Oh, that was racist. These fucking guys want me to talk about racism on camera. Yeah, that's fucking that can help. That can be.
You might have some.
How's that going to be funny? Yeah, I'm sure that'll help my career as a white guy. Fucking stop with your liberal horse shit.
Are you saying the Spangles are going to sink your boat?
Yes. It's already sunk, but
we're just coming up with some ideas. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You certainly don't have to do that.
Yeah, no, I won't.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
Fucking love him. Vote
How
for him
great
tomorrow.
is he? How great is he?
Refreshing.
He's
I never
so
thought he was that
refreshing.
bright, you know.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm like, how is this guy this rich? He sounds like kind of a dope.
He's pompous.
But, yeah.
So far, this is not a good campaign endorsement.
It's going to spin.
Look, they love me, I love them. Trump says he will win the Latino vote.
Yeah.
He probably will.
He is so
how
cocky.
many Latinos is he fucking, working for?
He doesn't know if he employs illegals, I think, came out as well, right? Look, he's on every fucking
So what?
TV,
Either way.
man.
Well, of course, because
he's getting all the attention.
He's a successful white man that said something that might be considered racist.
Right.
You want to get on TV?
Illegal immigrants working at Trump Hotel's site.
And look at jerk off
the report.
Anderson with his stupid glasses.
I love Trump. He's making everyone honest. I've been saying
that's
this for
the
a few
thing.
weeks.
I don't care. He's probably not going to be the nominee, but he's going to keep the other guys honest.
They want him out of that debate so bad.
Of course they do.
They don't want him in it, and I hope he gets in it. That will make it.
I think the GOP finally said that he needs to calm the fuck down. They're basically trying to calm him down.
Well, maybe they realize that he's not going away.
Of course you can't tell Trump what to do.
Why would you? He gets shit done.
He'll fire everyone, that guy. He'll just go up, you're fired.
What's Spanish for fired?
Oh, look, see, there's the what we were just talking about. A pop star caught saying she hates America.
Who cares?
They don't explain why she said it.
I know. But this is what they do
worst.
on Fox. On CNN, it's don't say anything racist, and on Fox, it's she's not a patriot.
She explained herself perfectly. That she looks at all the treats that are available to Americans, and she says,
"Spoiled little twat."
Yeah. We're still worried about what a 22-year-old says at a donut shop. Who gives a fuck?
Well, Jimmy, if you get caught saying you hated fucking, I don't know, Nigeria and Dunkin' Donuts, you'd be all over the fucking news.
But that's true.
Yeah, you would be. You'd be in deep shit.
But that doesn't make it right.
Fucking foreign little twat.
Still nosy. Still
Where's
nosy.
she from, anyways?
I don't know.
From Florida.
Oh,
Florida?
She's from Florida.
Yeah, go back to fucking...
So you're telling me, Nick, you're telling me if you were single, you wouldn't bang her because she said I hate America.
He's banging her now that he's married.
I love Florentine. Everything comes back to we could have like another 9/11 up the street going on right now. We go, yeah. You're going to tell me you're not going to fuck Afghan women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you fuck a girl if she was 9 years plus 11?
Yeah, exactly.
But
she is a pretty girl.
Holy
though.
Christ,
God
is she
damn
ever?
it, she a delight.
She's tiny. You met her.
I'd make her clean my toilets. I'd put her in a maid outfit like her parents.
But this Trump guy is awesome. I love
But
him.
he gets shit done. You think they're going to let him into Washington?
He's also entertaining as all hell. And then they had Hillary on CNN, and she looked like a fucking robot.
She stinks.
Of course
She's a
stinks.
hack partisan, dog-faced, thick-ankled. The best thing she did, she's so smart. Yeah, she sucked a smart guy's dick. That was the best move.
She has sex appeal, though. That's what she has going for.
Yes,
there you go. RNC to Trump.
Nothing like a skin-tight pantsuit.
Tone it down on immigration, the RNC to Trump.
She's pleasant to look at least, this woman. Who is this?
She's
oh,
on
my
CNN
God.
all the
She's
time.
a Republican. She's a Latina Republican,
Yeah,
actually.
Is she
kind
really?
of a right-winger, yeah.
She looks like a preemie. She's fucking awful looking. Holy shit. She looks like she was born at 3 months and
She
she's
looks
talking.
like the guy that was trimming my neighbor's roses.
Oh, my God. Is she frightening looking?
Anna Navarro. She's on CNN a lot.
She's on those Sunday morning shows.
Her
She's
eyes are too weird looking. They're too far apart.
They are far apart.
It's like a child
You
blinking.
can drop your balls right in there, Jimmy.
Well, she's also a Jeb Bush supporter, too, it says.
Oh, good. I want
Yeah.
another Bush. Good.
Do you want
Another
Jeb Bush?
No, I don't. I can't
All right,
stand
good.
his reaction. I thought it was patently offensive. That's what we need, more fucking knee-jerk political correctness coming out of a white guy's fucking face.
Nick, if Trump doesn't get it, who do you want in the Republican Party?
If Trump doesn't, I like Rand Paul.
Yeah?
A lot of people like the Rand Paul.
I think he's a sleeper. He's going to...
I didn't like that TSA stunt he pulled, though. Like, that annoyed me. I like his father, but that TSA thing he did really annoyed me. Like, oh, they're the devil. It's like, stop it. People who don't want airport security, what the fuck are you talking about? You want to just... It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. I think
like
it's time for them to go. Don't you want somebody who would love to abolish the IRS? The fuck?
That is true, yeah, but that will never
just on that alone.
But
how are we going to get that done?
As far as the TSA, they got people who couldn't cut it at Wendy's working there. The fuck?
Maybe you need better employees, but the idea, I like security there.
Kid from fucking... Anyways, that's where I'll stop with that statement.
But they're never going to get
save
the IRS.
it for your Racist in America speech later.
Oh, yeah, Racist in America.
Save it for that podcast.
Might be the least racist country on the face of the fucking earth.
Well, MTV is doing an important documentary, I think. Which I'm really
Jesus! Don't get me nuts, Jimmy.
What?
You're setting me up, you prick.
No, I'm not. It's an important documentary on white privilege.
I can't believe it.
Is it really?
Yes.
I haven't seen the. I have not seen the trailer.
You want to see the trailer?
I do because I'm sure it's good.
MTV's white privilege documentary.
Why do you guys sabotage my
career? I literally haven't.
I
haven't seen it. I have not. I saw this in the prep sheet.
Oh bullshit! You got it memorized, Jimmy.
I would tell you in a second, but I have not seen it. I'm sure it's not going to make me happy.
Take me down a notch.
Where's the trailer? MTV.
I'll go over that studio and burn it down.
That is ridiculous.
White privilege. White privilege. I was at the stand last night. I made $25. Here's your white privilege.
Well, blacks make less.
Huh? So black comics make less?
All right, here we go. The white privilege. White people official trailer from MTV.
A film for MTV on what it means to be young and white.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? Pause right there. Many white people feel uncomfortable talking about race. 100% true.
Exactly.
It's 100% true.
Yeah.
Of course.
If you say the wrong thing, then suddenly you are a racist.
That's what I'm telling this Stangle brother.
I'm trying to be careful here.
Trying to be careful.
I don't want to offend people. I feel like you guys are attacking me now.
If I bring up any sort of race issue with my parents, they immediately assume that I'm demonizing them.
Give me a hug.
Big fat girl crying.
How might your life be different if you weren't white?
I can't see this.
In a documentary that will change what you think about
We've never had to internalize what white people have done in America, but here, you can't escape that.
Feels like I'm being discriminated against. You kind of get this feeling that things belong to you.
Oh, I'm getting uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
Hey, this is great. Let's get all uncomfortable together.
I'll say this is more balanced than I thought it would be. That's more of a fucking people talking about, hey, look, I feel like if I say this...
I couldn't tell because I couldn't see what you're watching. I couldn't tell if those people were black or white.
They're all white. They're all white.
Really?
We don't watch anything but white people in here. If a black person's on screen, volume off, my friend.
Yeah, Nick needed to look at the screen like we were.
Yes. Why didn't you put this...
You got 19 TVs here. I'm staring at fucking some Asian broad on CNN, bad-mouthing Trump. Give me a pint of Kung Pao chicken. Listen, how do you think Trump felt when that fucking girl got shot in San Francisco? Tell me he wasn't doing front handstands in his bedroom.
He was absolutely.
Well, by the way, what
backflips.
was that? Did he just target her, or was he shooting? What the fuck?
He was shooting at a sea lion.
That's
what he said. Well, I'm sure his lawyer came up with that.
What's the translation? There's obviously one letter off. There was something there.
Then it's okay. Then it's okay.
Shooting at a sea lion.
There's a lot of sea lions out there.
I think the bigger question: why was he deported? Fucking 5 times, 7 times.
They said it was just a random fucking shooting. How awful with their father.
Sanctuary city. Just the concept of that is fucking proves we're finished. Liberal fucks.
Do you lean more right?
No. What am I supposed to be quiet now about this? I can't say liberal fucks.
You could say whatever you want.
All my friends are looking at me cockeyed now.
We're not. Believe me, you could say whatever you want. I'm not uncomfortable. Drop N-bombs. I'm
no.
I'm happy for you.
There's nothing better than watching. There's nothing better than watching Nick at the stand working on new material and it doesn't go over and he just starts screaming at the audience, "You liberal fucking cunts, you New York City."
I say that when it goes over well.
Yeah.
I just can't stand the sight of them. With their heads cocked and their stupid Janine Garofalo glasses. I want to slap up their faces. Just arrogant, pompous little do-nothings who think they know everything. I fucking hate them with a passion. Anyways, I'll be there tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
Nick calls the audience cunts. His first joke, and then he has them in the palm of his hand 30 seconds later.
They love it. They know what's coming. I'm like that crazy Italian guy in the Village. Remember the Vince in the Chin that used to wander around his bathroom?
Gigante, yes.
Yeah.
They know what's coming when they see me outside the stand.
They
on the comedy cell.
They get it, right?
They know I'm kidding.
We got some great Trump clips. I want to play the one where he just goes after the reporter. Can we skip to the good part of this?
Yeah.
All right. Donald Trump shuts down reporter and insults some of his critics during interview. This guy's all in. He's doubling down. He ain't backing up. You think he's going to hang in there?
Him a lot of money too.
He's gonna end up, being a pundit on Fox after probably making, selling books and whatever.
But when does he tap out? When does he tap out?
I don't know. I hope he stays in, like I said, to keep all these other stiffs a little bit honest.
It's harder than you think,
Jimmy?
though. It's the amount of fucking the way they get into your life.
No,
man.
you're right. They're trying to tear him to shreds.
But illegal immigrants working for him, Trump. You know, like they
he's
get in
worth
there.
billions, and he loves the attention. We all know that.
Yeah.
So that's what he's guilty of, hiring illegal.
I'm saying if there's anything in there he doesn't want, like if there's anything that will stop him, but he may just keep going until they somehow get him out.
You think the marriages will mess him up? What is it, 3 marriages?
I don't know. Probably not.
No,
he has an answer. He has an answer for everything. So I don't know what messes him up in the end. We have that clip.
Yeah, we're queuing it up.
I don't know how they get rid of him. They have to get rid of him. They have to.
Probably a car accident, like they did Lady Di. You know. He'll be in his limo.
Yeah, him and Dodi Fayed going through a tunnel.
We got
somebody makes a hard left in the Holland Tunnel. Trump's there.
All right, here we go. We got the clip.
We lost 2,300 armor-plated Humvees. Not 3 or 4 or 7. We lost 2,000 in one day. 2,300 Humvees. I say that's impossible. How can you lose that many? A bullet gets fired into the air, and the people that we're giving these Humvees to, they run like bandits, and the enemy takes them over. The enemy has better equipment than we have because we're foolish.
You're for the Second Amendment. Do you have a gun?
I have a license to have a gun. Yes, I do.
Do you own one?
Yes, I do.
Do you use it? Gun range?
It's none of your business.
Yeah, really.
It's really none of your business. I have a license to have a gun.
Gun control.
Good for him.
What are you talking about?
Or
You asked me
stronger
if I have a
background.
gun.
Stronger
Yes, I have a
background.
Gun control.
Yes, I have a gun, and yes, I have a permit to have a gun.
Stronger background checks. What about that? Is there any steps that you would take to make it harder to get?
What liberal douchebag's talking right now?
Into that, you start getting into a situation, the slippery slope, where all of a sudden you're going to really violate the Second Amendment. I don't want to do anything to violate the Second Amendment. To me, the Second Amendment is very important.
I want to talk about what some of the Republicans have been saying about you just this week. You've been very divisive for the party. You have Charles Krauthammer, who's called you a rodeo clown.
Well, Charles Krauthammer is a totally overrated person who really dislikes me.
The guy's got no feeling below his waist.
He's just the best.
He was totally in favor of the war in Iraq. He wanted to go into Iraq, and he wanted to, stay there forever. So, these are overrated people. I see who it is. I mean, you can mention name after name. By the way, you're going to mention the ones that do like Trump? You don't do that, do you?
Exactly.
Goldberg has compared you to a failed man who mistook flattery for insight. George Will.
I'm a failed man. I'm worth a fortune. I built.
Who's asking him the questions, Opie? I can't see that.
They don't show. It's just him.
I went out. I made a fortune, a big fortune, a tremendous fortune. I'll be announcing that in about a week because I have to file my papers. Bigger than people even understand. I have a book called The Art of the Deal. I do The Apprentice. The Art of the Deal was like the #1 business book of all time, or just about. I think it was. And I do The Apprentice, and NBC's angry at me because they renewed The Apprentice and I wouldn't do it. And that's one of the reasons that NBC's so angry at me. And then I get called by a guy that they can't buy a pair of pants. I get called names. Give me a break.
So you will release your financials on time?
Yeah, I think we're going to have it on time. In fact,
8 days from now.
Excuse me.
There you go.
Nice interrogation. Is that considered fucking journalism?
It was great when he's like, you're not going to say anything to people that like me, and she just went right back to the questions.
Yeah, no, robot. Fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that a shot at Christie? A guy that can't buy a pair of pants?
No, it was somebody else. I think he's talking
I thought it was Krauthammer because he's paralyzed.
Oh, then he should have said shoes.
Is he barefoot all the time?
Yeah.
I just love Trump. My God. Trump claims he didn't authorize insulting retweet about Jeb Bush's wife, but also doesn't regret it. What was that about? That was on the immigration thing, right? Do we have that as well there, Eric?
We do.
Yeah, can we hear that? And then we'll move on to some other things.
You've been very vocal in the media, very accessible. You're on Twitter. There was a tweet that caused you problems that was rescinded. It was a retweet about Jeb Bush's wife. You said the original tweet said Jeb Bush has to like the Mexican illegals because of his wife. That was somebody else said that. You retweeted it. Did you authorize that? Did you regret that?
No, I didn't authorize it. But I will say this. Look, I have millions of people on Twitter and Facebook. I think I have over 5 million people on both. It's a lot of people. It's sort of like...
So do you regret that?
It's sort of like owning a newspaper, a big one without the losses. It's good. I don't regret anything. Look, it was a retweet. It wasn't me. And it was actually, if you look at it carefully, it was a retweet of a Breitbart story that was a very good story, a very fair story, a very strong story, a very good story. But do I regret? No, I don't regret it. I mean, look, I would say that he would. If my wife were from Mexico, I think I would have a soft spot or people from Mexico. I can understand.
You think that influences his position on illegal immigration?
I think it could. I mean, maybe it should. If he loves his wife, and I know he does. I hear she's a lovely woman, by the way. So if he loves his wife, and she's from Mexico, I think it probably has an influence on him, yes. I can understand that.
Bravo.
That's fair.
Nothing but honesty from Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so controversial.
It's so refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Orwell said something about that. I can't remember what it was. But no, and when you're living in, under totalitarian powers, if you say something honest, you're actually a revolutionary.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing.
Well, he said, in an insane society, even a sane man must appear insane.
Yes.
That's from Star Trek.
I thought that was Esty at the Comedy Show.
There you have it. Every day there's more Trump clips, keeping everyone honest out there, making them really have to talk about shit.
He could have been a little more artful, with this statement that got him in all kinds of trouble. He's a little, clumsy with that.
Yeah, we kind of said that on the show. Maybe a little more clever with it, but whatever. Do
you think he's going to reveal all his financial stuff?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's he get the
He's loving the attention. That's the number one thing here. Donald Trump loves attention.
I think
loves
that
people talking about him.
To tackle the stuff that he wants to talk about, immigration, he's so honest. You just got to really, it's like the world you're living in. You just got to make sure you're saying what you want to say. That's all. Just say it the way you want to say it, but make sure your messages don't.
But that's the problem, Jimmy. If you say it the way
you
you want to say it, you get in trouble. They want you to say it the way they want you to say it.
But
I
don't think he said it the way he would have wanted to say it.
He was clumsy with that.
Yeah.
It was off the cuff.
Yeah.
And that's but people want honesty, and it's like sometimes with honesty you have clumsy missteps.
Well, exactly.
People say stuff
exactly.
The famous thing, we say we want honesty, and then someone's honest, and you're like, what the fuck? Why did you say that? So
really?
It's ridiculous,
yeah.
Of course.
People claim like they want honest discussion about race or whatever it is, and then it happens, and people get upset.
And then they want, their livelihood taken away. So.
Yeah. Oh, don't say that, but you said you wanted an honest discussion.
Well, they want to lecture us.
Yeah. I like being lectured.
Do you like to...
I enjoy it.
I do, too. When I was in fucking University of Maine getting a 2.6 in business administration. I think I'm pushing that number, actually.
Where you at with Jared? How great is this Jared story?
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
They were in his house for 11 hours?
11 hours. I learned that this morning. Wow, what are you looking for 11 hours?
Maybe they're just fans.
How long
exactly?
How long does it take a hard drive? That takes a few minutes. You grab the computers, the hard drives, and get the fuck out of there.
It can take anywhere from 11 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes.
Well, Jim should know. How long does it take?
My hard drive is strikingly boring. It's really as dirty as I get. That's one that just like
really?
Oh, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. But that
you don't have 12-year-old kids in wet bathing suits running around.
Well, let's slow down. Let's slow
that's
down.
Your screensaver.
That's where it starts.
Some kid doing a cannonball naked.
First of all, it's called the
Eagle Scout.
It's called the Sprinkler Series. But no, I don't. I just never got that one. That's just a fucking weird predatory thing, man. I would much rather see the guy being the victim of say a taller woman with big feet and some tinkle. That's all I want to say.
Big feet and tinkle. That should be the name of the next CD, Jimmy.
Big feet and
tinkle.
Big feet and
tinkles.
Big feet and tinkle.
He always gave me the willies, that guy.
He was a little creepy.
I'm right next to you. He sounds kind of fruity.
What? I'm just talking.
Not you.
Oh.
There was some story about him when he was in college. He would run like this whole porn thing.
Yes, but that's just smart.
Yeah, I know exactly.
That's just making money.
Yeah, you figure out how to make a few bucks while you're in college. That wasn't that bad, right? Why didn't that come out before yesterday? That he did that in college.
That's been out for years.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I guess because no one was
story.
paying attention to Jared until this big.
I was always
sting
fascinated. Who chose him? Why should this guy be set for life? Who did he blow in Hollywood that got him this campaign that lasts for 20 years?
He looks like just a middle American.
There's a zillion of them.
Perfect. Yeah, but that's the guy. It's almost like Peyton Manning. That's why Peyton's like a middle American goober. We love Peyton.
Yeah, but
there's all those silly commercials, and Jared's
but I'm saying
almost the same way.
Why did his thing? Why did somebody say we're going to make you a star for the next 20 years?
Because he had an original idea, which was I lost
Jared
weight.
Did?
Yeah, I was like, hey, I lost weight eating these in college.
Pitched them?
I believe he did. I believe that was his thing.
Well, let's find out. How did the
who's his agent?
Yeah, let's see how this came about. You really think he pitched Subway?
I think that he came out with the fact that he, in college, had eaten a lot of sandwiches and lost weight. And he said, I did it by eating Subway sandwiches. I'm almost positive in 99 that was
somebody fell for it. I've been pitching ideas for 20 years. Can't get a bite.
We got a great line coming in. A great line.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, let's say hi to Joe in Jersey. Joe.
How do you do, Joe? Find the room comfortable, do you? No complaints?
Hello, everybody, and how are you this morning?
All right, Joe. What's up?
Okay, so Subway's got a new pitch line.
Really?
Now, because of Jared, absolutely. It's called 5-year-old footlong.
Joe, your phone crapped out. I hear Jared's got a great pitch. What'd you say?
5-year-old.
What the hell's wrong with his phone? Joe.
You something on your phone, dude. You're saying Jared, and I know you got a good joke.
I heard 5 something,
okay.
but that was...
Hold on.
You're breaking up, man.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
5.
We heard you, you dink.
All right. Fuck you guys.
Same awful joke 3 times. Thank you, Joe.
I just love that.
Caroline says an amateur on Monday. Go down there and throw that shit at her. Bring a few of your friends.
God bless you, Joe. We're just giving you the business. That really was a fucking good one.
That was a zinger, Jimmy.
It sure was. 5-year-old footlong.
I'm going to use that on my
why don't we
James Corden set.
Let's. How did this come about?
Well, the Subway diet was his own idea.
It was.
But there was an article written by a dorm mate of his, and the local Subway took the idea to the big Subway people, and they embraced the whole idea.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I got it.
So it was his idea, and they went with it.
Yep.
Sure. And I can't stress enough
that decision.
how much I dislike a Subway sandwich compared to a Blimpie. That's all. I'll let it go. Well, his other idea they didn't like.
What was the other idea?
Where he's like, a lot of times I like to look at nude children and eat a sandwich. And they're like, that's not going to sell sandwiches. And they're like,
a lot of time the sandwich is dry. And I like to...
Yeah, I like to moisten it with tears.
Tears of a Boy Scout?
Yeah, the tears of a youngster. What a cripola. He's holding his pants. That looks like a kid holding his... All right.
I'm with you on Subway. I never understood. It's so mediocre.
I don't like it.
It could flourish. They weigh their meat. They weigh it.
Fucking guy pulls salami out of his back pocket.
It's like cocaine. If you look in the back room at Subway, it's like a scene out of New Jack City. It's a bunch of black chicks naked from the waist up weighing prosciutto and American cheese.
The fucking clock has no 12.
Yeah, the clock's got no 12 on it.
They're very stingy with their meat. Nick's right.
She's got gabagool under her left hip. Shoot her.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Give me a couple extras.
Like I said before, the only green thing in there is spinach, and they hide it. They won't give it to you.
I hate them.
Who knows where they got that?
Every once in a while, I'll go and grab one of those. They're all right.
No, they're
I'm not
no
gonna
good.
do it on a regular basis.
I feel bad asking a kid to make me a sandwich, like when it's a minority, with my white privilege and all that shit.
Yeah, you feel guilty,
Don't you
right?
feel weird?
Yeah, especially because I did this first.
Yeah, he goes, make a snappy, asshole.
But why does it take 4 people to make your Subway, too?
Well,
the one
because
guy does the meat, and then they pass it on to the vegetable guy who passes it on to the cheese
You
guy.
add up their IQs, it's like 11.
That's right, 4 part-time employees. You don't have to pay benefits for any of them. It's a smart business model.
Oh.
I was actually in Philly. It's a true story.
I was
at Subway, and the girl making my sandwich, young black girl, was breastfeeding her baby as she was making my sandwich.
Really?
This is a true story?
Yes, in
Come
Philly.
on.
I
Jesus
swear to God,
Christ.
Opie.
Wow.
I swear to fucking God.
So what took over, the hunger or the heart on?
How are her tits?
She's like, you want pickles on? I don't want tit milk. It's salami.
Maybe she was just feeding Jarrett's girlfriend.
When they're breastfeeding in public, you look, right?
Look.
I
fucking
look,
film
man, at
it.
least she's working, right? She could have been sitting home, collected a check. She was out there doing it.
I
Good for
film
her.
it and I yell, nice tits.
There's a lot of people that are disgusted by that. I look. I take a peek.
Of course.
I peek.
Now, you don't want to
peek, right?
Now, you want to look. You don't want to peeking is creepy. You want to just, I'll glance. You want to gander.
Fuck that. A nice hard stare for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Scare her and the baby.
Because they're never that full. Those tits at that time are full. They're never going to be that good.
Exactly.
This is their best moment.
Girls
so.
show it off, too. You notice when they're little,
Absolutely,
their tits, when they're pregnant, they always wear like low-cut shit.
Imagine if your cock grew that big. Be showing everybody if you can breastfeed.
Yeah, but not if you had to do that with it. All right, go ahead, feed on it, kid.
They're very healthy looking.
You know what I like to say when they're breastfeeding? I like
robust.
to go, why don't you switch them off to the other one?
Oh my God. I say, notice you got one open. Mind if I sit in? Next thing you know, I'm out like a light in front of the yarn barn for 2 hours with them all. It's part of my new special. Not the one.
I guess now we got to move on to South Carolina. The Confederate flag.
For Christ's sake, what are you trying to do? Blow my blood pressure to the fucking
Well, these are all the hot topics
Take
today.
it down, I say. Take it down. It's done enough damage, hasn't it? Isn't that the right answer? Stengel Brothers?
Why all of a sudden are we...
Why all of a sudden I watched Letterman? I noticed the Letterman short took a hard turn to the left once you guys get in there. You think I'm crazy?
You think it was them?
I don't
Fuck
think,
yeah.
I don't take responsibility for anything.
No.
For nothing.
Bill Sheff, was it?
Yeah, I put it all on Bill.
I'm busting your chops.
Good old Bill.
I have no opinion. How about that?
They voted
I have no
to take
opinion
it
on
down.
the flag.
I think they voted to take it down, right?
Yeah,
I
they did.
get it.
Yeah.
You know, enough with it already. I think they should take it off state property, but you can't ban it. Taking it off the Dukes of Hazzard, that's just childish.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
It's silly. It's
Left-wing fucking fascist.
We're just an unbalanced country. No one knows how to just do something a little bit. Like when everybody gets obsessed, it's embarrassing.
So we're supposed to pretend there was no slavery? Okay, then start acting like it. Okay.
Well, you know.
Yeah, thank you. Put that in your fucking tub and smoke it.
What are they doing on Fox?
Baltimore mayor fires police chief.
Look, you got to give Daniel Snyder, the owner of Redskins, credit there. He's like, look, I'm not fucking changing the name. It's too bad.
Eventually. I know.
I mean, eventually, but everyone's like, what a dick he is. But he's like, hey, man, I don't care.
I
too much money in it.
I still want them to change that name. I don't want them to be forced, but I fucking hate that guy for that because he would never fucking show that, and I've said it a million times, but he would never fucking show those kind of balls with any other race. If a guy in the locker room said something against black people, or if you heard a guy bashing Jews, he would come right out and go, "Oh, we don't approve of that."
But Jimmy, I also think there's has a lot to do with money tied up in that.
Too. Yeah, you're probably.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, the money I get that, but.
And the court ruled against the Redskins' trademark registration.
No, who would have guessed it?
Well, they found proof, though. They did find proof that back when it was in its inception, that it was still considered a slur back then, and that's why the only reason they lost that.
Yeah, but there's actually 3 Native Americans who are offended by it. There's like fucking 500 groups that don't give a shit either way.
That's true. A lot of the Indian groups have come out and said they don't give a fuck.
I think a lot of them don't, and some do.
The first Redskin coach was an American Indian.
Yeah.
They did it to tribute to him.
The first coach?
Yeah, it's the first coach.
Was it Sitting Bull was the offensive coordinator?
In like 32 or whatever. And he, as a tribute to him, he called him the Red.
Is that how it came about?
That's how it came
originally?
about. I think if the coach had a problem with it, he probably would have gone, can we pick how about the Cosmos?
I want them to keep the name. I want them to keep the name as well. I don't give a fuck.
Look, the trademark's not going to mean anything because all that it's going to do is anyone can make up a Redskin logo and do whatever they want with it. All the people that are Redskin fans, really Washington Redskin fans, are still going to buy the real shit. Daniel Snyder will just say, hey, can you just support me and buy the real Redskin jersey instead of the knockoff, which I can't stop. So it's not going to affect his business
But in the
all.
end, he's going to lose because the team's going to lose because when that owner, moves on or dies.
Yeah, but he's young and rich. He's got a long way to go.
A long way to go, but that's
he's
how.
Not old.
I know, but that's how it's going to change eventually.
Oh, well, yeah. For Christ's sake, are we still going to be fighting these battles 30 years from now?
I don't know. How does this fucking play out, Nick?
He'll eventually change it. Eventually, it will change.
What
Maybe
happens with this PC shit in the end? That's a very good question. Are we going to be fighting this shit 30 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now?
You're never going to fix it. It will never turn around. It's just going to keep going.
But it's a minority. It's it
was a minority, but you have a bunch of knuckleheads that are moving into this country who believe in this shit.
I don't know anyone that's officially offended by any of this stuff. I just don't know anyone.
That doesn't mean they don't exist.
Where are they though?
They're in L.A.
But where are they when you're just walking around New York City? Where are these people that actually
stand in the front row, giving me the finger every time I do a joke?
So you see them. So you do see some of them.
Oh, fuck yeah. Young kids are bought into this PC shit.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Fascist horse shit.
That's really too bad.
You're going to keep people from making a living because you disagree with their fucking political beliefs. Isn't that the definition of fascist?
That's been like that a long time, the young kids, until they get out of college and start really living.
Yeah, but Jimmy, we're taking it to a new level.
No, it is at a new level. But even colleges, when we first started doing comedy back in the early 90s, the white guy always got... I got in trouble. They almost didn't pay me because I said the word chick. Because I said I was sexist. I said the word. I swear, my first college I ever did.
How long ago was this?
92, 93.
And you said
93.
Chick?
I said the word chick. I used to have a joke where I had long hair. I said I got pulled over on the way here. The cops like, why I pulled you over? I said because I look like a chick.
Right.
And they withheld my pay a month. It was the first college
Jimmy, I'm
gig I
going to
ever
have to look
did.
this up. That's hard to believe.
I remember that.
It was
joke.
one of those SUNY schools.
What SUNY school? I went to a SUNY.
One of them,
SUNY
like in
Cunty?
Albany or something like that.
There might have been Geneseo.
But yeah, they held my pay back like a month ago. He was sexist. They wouldn't give it to me after the show and all this shit. So that shit's been going on a long time.
I know. Well, yeah, but that's it. Do you understand this? This plan by the people on the left has been in progress for 50 years, and it's finally taking root now. People are fucking comfortable with mind control, apparently.
I don't give them that much credit. I think that just no one saw social media coming, and I think that people just feel like, oh my God, this gets me a lot of attention. I don't think anybody planned it. I don't think they're smart enough to plan it.
It's been planned forever. It was New Age psychology. The shit took root in fucking on the West Coast in the 50s, and it's just... It's coming to fruition, man. It's been a plan. Look at the colleges. It's just indoctrination for these kids. And they come out and, and now they're adults and they're buying into it.
Unbelievable. That's what. I got to go to Eric in D.C. He's saying you're wrong about the Redskins coach. Eric, go ahead.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
That's the story that they went with for a long time, but there's actually evidence that the guy, his name was Lone Star Dietz, wasn't really a Native American. He actually went to court and lost when he tried to prove he was a Native American. He just did it so that he could go to college for free.
I think that was Elizabeth Warren.
He was just a guy who cried around garbage.
Ionized Cody, yeah. Yes.
All right, well...
They should do that. They should do that with Jared. Have somebody throw a Subway bag at his feet. Picture of a little
or a lunchbox.
Thermos.
All right.
Oh, Jared.
We should take a break. We got the director of the Amy film coming in about a half hour.
I really wish I'd seen
Ryan?
Huh?
Oh, Amy film. Who, Judd? Oh, he's the producer. Who directed? I don't know who directed.
Judd.
The Amy Winehouse movie?
Oh, I thought you said
Judd.
I was thinking Amy's movie.
No, this is Amy Winehouse.
Judd's coming in next week.
Yeah.
For Trainwreck. You see Trainwreck yet?
No, I'm going Tuesday night.
Are you going?
Yeah.
I liked it. It's very good.
I'm sure it's hilarious.
It's very, very good. Judd Apatow's coming in next week, and Bill Hader as well. So.
Oh, good. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, but we got the director of the Amy Winehouse movie. It's a great movie, man.
Yeah.
Did you care about Amy Winehouse at all?
No, I applauded when she died. She was a talent. And
she was fucking awesome, man. So I never liked her.
Did you see the movie? Right?
I saw like half last night.
It's great, right?
Her fucking they show footage of her when she was 14,
talented,
singing like "Happy Birthday," and she was fucking awesome.
Phenomenal.
Wait a minute, I could sing "Happy Birthday."
Not like Amy.
She was. She was fucking brilliant. She was brilliant.
Great
songwriter.
Songwriter, yeah.
And then she became just a parody of herself at the end of her life. This movie really.
I bet you it's good.
Really,
Adele is nice, but she was much better and much more interesting to listen to. She was just great.
Yeah. So we got we got the director coming in a little while. We got Florentine here.
And her friend, right? The first manager?
Yeah, the first manager as well.
I was more of a Debbie Boone fan.
Debbie Boone. I'll tell you something about Deb Boone. Better pipes than people gave her credit for.
She was hot.
The people who are offended by the term Redskins are in the North and play lacrosse. Got offended by kids from private schools using the slurs. I don't know. I guess. Whatever. Florentine, what do you got?
I saw them explain it on Donahue years ago. That was what turned me, was when I saw American Indians explaining it on Donahue many, many years ago. And they were explaining why it bothered them, and I'm like, okay.
But if most of the
it's really a minority of
I was gonna say,
it's really a small group that are offended by it.
I was going to say, to Nick's point, if most of the Indian groups don't give a fuck,
and they
so
don't.
why should we?
From everything I've read, it's like a really small... There's only 11 of them left, let's be honest.
The more they care, here's why it bothers me. It's just because of the cowardice that all these organizations show with anything that's politically incorrect. They never stand up for it.
You're right.
So this is the Indians are the only group they're comfortable in any way, shape, or form cartooning. And it's like, if you're only going to pick that one group, go fuck yourself. You should lose it. I feel like allow it to happen with every group, and don't criticize your players if they say something anti-gay or anti-black or then I'm with you.
But I feel like they picked those names because these Indians were warriors.
Well, it is. It's done in a positive thing. It's not done negative. Hey, look at this red-faced guy in my helmet.
Well, look, the Cleveland Indians logo will be gone if the Redskins go. Then the Atlanta Braves.
They've already done it in colleges. The Sioux up in the Dakota, they had to change their name.
But Chief Wahoo? I mean, it's a fucking cartoon with giant teeth. Chief, because they would yell Wahoo.
That's to your point, absolutely, where they did cartoon it.
Picture a black face coming out every time a home run. Oh, look, it's Mr. Heebity-Doobity. Yeah, good luck getting that through. Good luck with that one. Oh, look, it's Meyer, the home run Jew. Sure, that'll happen.
Hire
Stop
the
it.
home run.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's how fucking...
Like the Milwaukee guy hits a home run, you have this acidic guy slide into a pile of money.
That's how ridiculous
That's where
that
they
one
did
is.
cartoon
Yes.
it. You're right, but the
Chief
names came
Wahoo.
about because these
The
tribes were.
The Braves used to have Chief Nakahoma.
Oh, we remember
Nakahoma.
Stupid.
You didn't like that?
No. Do it with an Asian group. Do it. That's all.
I do it. Every time I hit the home run, it's like...
It's fucking selective. It just drives me nuts, man.
Fair enough. Florentine, what do you got, buddy?
This weekend, Stitches Comedy Club, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and then Improv in Hollywood, California, next Thursday, July 16th, with Morgan Murphy and Jason Lawhead.
And
I got to plug this Voss thing because he'll get mad.
He was in here yesterday. Why didn't he plug it?
Because he's stupid.
Me, Rich, and Bonnie are doing the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut, August 8th.
Oh, he did mention that.
He did mention that one, actually.
But
Good.
he needs me to mention it or he would get mad.
Yeah, all right. And then it's Borgata time for Jim Norton
I'm
this
bored
weekend.
with my plugs. Friday, Saturday. If you want to come. If not, continue doing what you've been doing, which is not purchasing tickets.
Well, they should go. It's a great time.
It's an average time. If you want to come.
Those Borgata gigs are great.
I know, I'm using reverse psychology. If you want to come.
Okay, good.
And then New Mexico next week, and then Levity Live, July 23 through 25. Just go to my website.
There'll be a special treat for the fans at the Borgata.
Can I plug my fucking date? It's the reason I drove in here an hour. Hold on, fucking guys.
You'll get to it. Kenny's finishing my plug.
Oh, please.
All right, Nick, you do your plug. Go ahead.
I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
Kenny,
July 8th.
Oh, sorry.
Really?
Well, now I want
Yeah,
to know
no,
what
you
the
do your
special
plug.
surprise
Go ahead, Kenny.
is.
No, no surprises.
No,
Nick.
Nick, you're the guest
Yeah,
here.
go ahead.
Thank you,
You're
Kenny.
not a host.
Yeah, go ahead. I sweat this out every day. Go ahead.
July
Yeah,
8th.
I'm here every day.
No, but you go ahead. You come right in and plug. Go ahead.
Drove to this fucking
Go ahead, plug.
motherless fucks.
Go ahead, plug.
July 18th.
Any traffic this morning?
Oh, that's going to explode. Who's the special guest? Say it fast.
No. Come
Nick
on.
Have the
Nick, you plug.
mic.
Yeah.
Who's
Go
the
ahead,
special fucking guest? Fred Gwynn?
The big surprise.
July 18th.
What about
the
your podcast?
Nick's got a great podcast.
He's trying to plug July 18th. I'll be in New Mexico.
The Ridgefield Playhouse in Connecticut by myself, not with Bonnie or fucking Rich.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
July 18th, Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut.
And a very good podcast, Nick DiPaolo.
It's my favorite gig of the year.
Okay.
It really is a great
Is that a
venue. You've been
Treehouse
there, Jimmy.
production?
No, it's not a Treehouse production.
And promote the podcast,
Actually.
Nick.
Come
on.
I forget.
You forget
No, it's on
the podcast.
riotcast.com.
It's
Nick
a very
DiPaolo
good
podcast.
Yes.
And hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah.
Trying to break the 1,500 mark.
Who's the special guest?
He said special treat.
Did I
Oh,
mention him
treat.
at the Ridgefield Playhouse July 18th? The week from Saturday? Come on out if you want to see some angry fucking white horses.
How do they get tickets?
How do they get tickets? They go to my house. My wife has a window in the kitchen. And hand her a credit card. I don't know, Kenny. They go to nicktip.com.
What's the special treat?
Free T-shirts with every merchandise purchase.
Oh, yeah, bringing us the old shirts and getting rid of them.
Really?
Just get rid of some old merch.
So if they just buy a CD, they get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Nick, you're not offering that.
I don't sell T-shirts and
You're
shit.
not offering any
don't.
of that.
A vintage Jim Norton T-shirt.
You need a special treat.
I'm
at your
selling
show.
Donald Trump wigs after the show.
We're going to continue with Nick DiPaolo, and we got the director of the Amy Winehouse movie coming up.
Oh, in this video, by the way, the manager of Panera Bread that punched his female employee, but didn't she, they just showed it on Fox, didn't she attack him first?
I don't know.
Yeah, but that you can't do anything, Jimmy. That's another new world we're living in. Apparently, a girl can take a swing at you, and you have to sit there and take it.
Oh, boy, did he fucking
That
belt
happened
her.
with that.
with the football player.
too.
Yeah.
Why don't we look at the video next?
Yeah, let's see
All
that,
right.
because I saw it, but I didn't hear what was said.
And I forgot to promote that Corey Taylor's going to be in from Slipknot.
At 10 o'clock.
Stone Sour,
I'm
10
going to be at
o'clock.
the Ridgefield Playhouse July 18th.
Yes, you are, Nick DiPaolo. Yes, you are.
And the Ventura Comedy Club in L.A. on July 22nd.
Nice. Okay.
Ventura Harbor Comedy Club.
All right, NickDip.com for all your dates.
One night only.
All
Whoopi
right.
is still supporting
that was
Cosby.
Huh?
Whoopi is still supporting Cosby.
We're going to talk about that. Hold it,
Are you
Nick.
guys really fucking... My heart's coming up into my head.
Nick, hold it. Hold it.
Sorry, Hope.
Hold it until
Making me
we're
crazy.
back.
You guys are
You're going
teasing me.
nuts.
On the radio, back on the radio. That's my welcome back to the radio song.
I like it, Jim Norton. I love it.
Yeah.
We got Nick DiPaolo in studio.
Hi.
His brain's about to explode.
No.
And we got Florentine in studio, and we're going to have Corey Taylor in a little bit from Slipknot. What a day. Jesus.
Yeah.
And then we got the director of the Amy Winehouse movie coming in about 10, 15 minutes. So there you have it. We got the Panera Punch-Out video. I haven't seen this yet. They just played it on the TV. South Carolina House approves bill removing Confederate flag. Okay.
Thanks, Kenny. That's not how I want that handed to me.
A banana?
It's warm. Where was this? Would you have this in your coat pocket? Fucking
a warm banana.
A warm
you better
banana.
hope it was in his pocket. It's got a lot of bruises. Are those bruises?
Why is it warm?
I don't know. Why is it
brown?
on the tip?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of with you on a warm banana.
I don't want a man handing me a warm banana. His big ex-cop hands.
That's rough. Why is the banana warm, young go-getter?
Hello, how are you?
Hello, doing well. How about yourself?
Good, thank you.
Good. I mean, I didn't think the banana was warm, but I guess...
Why'd you walk in with a limp?
Yeah, exactly. You have a peach shirt and no fucking shoelaces.
Why were you reaching in your pocket when you walked in the studio?
I was handing Kenny the change for
I
the
thought the banana was in there.
No. It was in my hand. Don't
I'll
worry.
say this, a nice small banana. I like that. Not too many calories. Good choice.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank
I'm
you,
glad
pal.
you approve.
Thank you very much.
Where's that accent from? Where are you from? That's
Jersey,
a Jersey
born and
accent, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What part of Jersey?
North Central, about 45 minutes west of the city.
Where's that?
West.
Warren Township.
What was the name of that gig we used to do? It's driving me nuts. Lori Levy used to book it, and I was driving through Jersey recently, and it was in West Jersey. What the fuck was the name of that?
Skid marks in Caldwell.
No.
Wait, it was in like Piscataway or something,
No,
right?
it was way out. It was like Bobby Levy and Lori Levy booked it. What the fuck was the name of that place?
Bob Levy booked it?
Years, dude. This is
And
1992. 91, maybe. And Lori Levy taught me something on the way she was driving, and I'm like, I was trying to figure out how to make a crowd. She's like, wait, why you never smile at the audience? She's like, what do you do when you see people you like?
I've
You
never heard
smile.
that.
But I mean, this is in 91. And I was like, oh, okay. She's coming up, and it helped.
I don't smile at my parents.
All right.
I don't remember the gig, though.
Thanks, sir.
You did it. I did it with the coach and BB Matt. Remember BB Matt?
Yeah, I don't remember the gig. I just saw Levy and his son. We went to the Foo Fighters together, and he's doing good.
Levy's the best. He should be an agent. Anytime I did gigs with him, I got paid more.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, cash. And yeah,
how does he get that done, you think?
He
He's
threatens
an
the
animal.
guy with
Yeah.
violence.
You think he strong-arms these people in the back room?
There's been
Right?
like 3 different gigs. They go, last time Bob Levy was here, he threw a chair at me. That's
true.
Yeah, that's the
I heard
manager
that
of the
too,
gig.
Jimmy.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And then they rebook him.
Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing.
Guy had fresh stitches on his forehead. Yeah, Levy's my agent.
Panera Punch-Out. This is a big video on the old YouTube. Nick, you need to see this, right? You know, we got to figure out how to put this shit on the TV.
19 TVs.
We got 1 million TVs, so somehow we got to put the YouTube on the TV, and then that'll solve the problem. So Nick DiPaolo could see this as well. This is, I guess, this is the viral video today, huh? Yep. All right, here it is.
Is it ready?
How do you not know she's not coming in the other door?
He's walking.
Don't hit him! Oh!
He knocked her. He knocked her into a post. Welcome to America. All right. Hold on a second. It sounded,
Another Democratic voter.
They were arguing, and did fucking he, like, it seemed like she hit him and then was turned around.
Yeah. Who threw the first?
I
looks
thought
like she did.
But I thought she
Ladies,
did.
you got to learn.
But then you hear something, and I don't know if he did or not. He might have early in this video. Because he hit her from behind.
Well, that's exactly right. When you see stuff like this,
you don't know what happened before the camera turned on.
I want to see a half hour before the actual incident, a half hour.
Because you only turn your camera on after you've seen a whole bunch of shit.
She could have thrown a couple of pickles at him. You don't know.
You never get this stuff from the beginning. You never do.
So she's an employee, and he was the manager.
Yeah, she was quitting. Apparently.
She was quitting.
And I guess he fired her, we could say.
She was quitting in the middle of her shift.
She was quitting in the middle of her shift?
And she left.
Yeah.
And then she came back.
Welcome to America,
and that's where this video
2015.
says. I think the video description talks about what was going on before.
What was going on before, Travis?
Yeah, let's read this. Panera.
She was throwing shit. She was causing a big scene.
Oh, hold on. He wants a sandwich.
She's having a heavy day. He wants a sandwich. The bread's stale. She throws a racial epithet.
She quit mid-shift, just wasn't having it today, threw some bag of chips on the floor, yelled, blah, blah, blah. Like Jimmy would say, manager in white shirt basically threw her out the door. She came back, and then da-da-da.
But they were arguing, but did he, because he was a bigger guy. Like
That was Jason Pierre-Paul, wasn't it?
Because he bit his finger off.
The Giants let him go. Now he's working up at it.
Did you see? Jimmy saw the picture of his hand.
I heard. I can't wait to see. I wish it was Eli Manning. That would affect.
One finger's definitely gone, and the picture Jimmy saw, he said he's
missing a face. A defensive player.
A mess.
I know. I heard Jimmy saying how it's like 35% of his strength if you lose your index.
Yeah.
My middle finger.
He's an amazing player too.
He's going to make $15 million.
He'll be fine. These guys, he's so athletic, that guy.
You think so?
Put a hook on him like they do a military guy.
Yeah, no finger, just a hooky head.
See him tackle a guy with that metal hook? Stick it right in the back of the guy's neck.
So what are we doing with this video? Whatever.
I want to see it again.
You do?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Again, you're watching.
All right. So she quit mid-shift. She came back into Panera.
Yelling and causing a ruckus.
In the story, it says that he pushed her down a flight of stairs before this video.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe he got her pregnant. That's why.
She came around to the other entrance.
Yes. No. He was trying to help her out of the club because she was yelling, "I'm fucking Nikki Santoro," and he was trying to walk her down the steps. And then the manager sat there and he's like, "I really fucked up with this.
I really fucked up this time, Mikey."
Yeah, she asked for a flatbread sandwich.
Yes.
So then the video
telling her about milk-fed veal.
Oh my God!
You gotta get the pink stuff.
Phenomenal head right into the cock.
Right. That's how my father used to slap me, though. Wind up from his asshole.
Oh, as long as that's not what he did to you in the car.
Let's see this again.
Slide over.
He says you're nuts for coming in the other door. All right.
She said, "You put your hands on me," and then she slapped him.
She slapped him.
No, but she's.
What do you have in there?
That's an open hand slap.
Maybe, yeah.
But what did he have in his hand?
It looked like he hit her with a pocketbook.
Stale piece of bread, wasn't it?
No, she said to him, "You put your hands on me. You put your hand."
Yeah.
I think that he fucked up and pushed her out. That you can't. It sounds to me like he fucking walked her down the steps. Whatever.
Well, supposedly he threw her down the steps or something, right? Yeah. Or forced her down the steps.
Maybe I'm nicing it up, but that's what it sounds like. She's saying, "Put your hands on me." Then she came back to fuck him.
Well, that guy's fucked, huh?
He may have pushed her out the door and then she walked right back in.
I'm not a big fan of Panera anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's
way better than Subway.
$11 for a sandwich. Get the fuck out of here.
They just hit the employees. They don't fuck the kids of them. Panera's
What's worse today? I think it's worse to fucking hit a woman.
Oh, God. So
he wound up, didn't he?
Is he fired?
From the back, dude. Like, she was turned around and kind of hit her. Yeah, that was a bad one.
That was a bad one.
I think the hand was open, though.
Maybe.
He hit her with a bag, though, whatever the hell he had in his hand.
Something in his hand?
Yeah, I
I
don't know
can't
what it
see.
is.
I'm looking to...
It looks like it might be a rag or something.
One more time through.
I think it's a piece of Sicilian.
From the beginning.
Do not know she's not coming in the other door. What's up? Don't hit him!
He's holding a bag of something.
Yes, he didn't even hit her with his hand.
It could be a hat. I think it might
like
be a hat.
But he went for her head went right into this fucking like post.
But he went for a punch.
He's used to that.
He went for a punch at first.
Don't hit him!
I think he's holding the Panera hat.
That was a pretty.
That's a hat. Yeah. Probably the hat you got to wear when you're making the sandwiches.
Did he hit her? Oh no!
Why don't you hit her with a name tag? Really disgrace her.
Jesus, this is The Godfather. If it was filmed outside of Burger King, he would have beaten Carlo with the fucking Burger King hat.
How much could that have hurt?
Trash can lid.
But that's what makes it humiliating that you're getting, hit with the sandwich hat.
Yeah. He's going to choke her with a hairnet.
Right.
Could that really hurt, getting hit by a hat?
Oh, I don't know.
There was more than just hat, man. I think the hat was wrapped around my hand.
That was he wrapped it around it. Wrap it. How many times I gotta tell you? Not too many more.
Yeah, it's a hat crime, right?
Could you go back?
It's a hat crime.
Maybe her weave was still stuck in it.
He throws a punch too, or tries.
Yeah, he threw a punch.
Yeah, but what was that loud crack? Was that her landing on
her? She slapped him, but I think if the description says he physically threw her down the steps and got her out, when she comes back in, she's going, "You put your hands on me." Like
again, that's why these things are dangerous, especially when it involves cops and stuff. You always catch the last 2 minutes. You know what preceded that, precipitated the incident, and you're going to go, "You really kind of justify?" Yes, I am.
That sounds to me like he hit her first, though.
Well, she quit, causing a scene. He probably just said, "Look, you got to get out."
Kind of pushed her out.
So he's kind of like pushing her down the stairs, like, "You got to go, you got to go, you got to go."
40 flights.
Yeah, and then she came in another entrance, and that's when he was like, "You're coming in." He was surprised that she came back.
Yeah, because he was yelling, "All right, have a safe trip home. I'm safe.
Be careful.
Be careful." Nick,
Be careful.
Geez, I really fucked up with this broad. I shouldn't have fired her mid-shift, Frankie.
Damn, is that quick? We discussed, women.
What do you do?
Well, because we're all brought up, you don't hit a woman, but the women know that, and then they take liberties with that. They know they could get a free shot in because we were brought up not to hit back.
For feminists, there was always.
So what do you do?
Look, there's the whole thing that they can do anything we can do. The only line that we were physically stronger. That was always there. Even feminists would agree to that. Now that's even gone. They think physically they're your equal. They'll throw a punch at you. I was at Gotham and a fight broke out in the audience, and there's women throwing haymakers at the doorman.
Wow.
And one of the doormen just laid this woman out.
He did.
Oh, did he ever? But when did this? I mean, they really think that they can get involved physically. They've taken this to a new level. They're brainwashed.
But I think they know.
Some of them can. I mean, Ronda Rousey, you're going to fucking think twice about hitting her.
Can you imagine? But they do. I think they do it because they know we're not supposed to hit back.
That's part of it, but.
I'll never forget we're on a plane, me, Stuttering John, and Nick, and this woman.
Smiling. This can't be good.
This woman was trying to get her bag in the overhead, and she asked John, she goes, "Can you help me?" And Nick goes, "Don't help her. They fought for that right." Like that.
I said they fought for that freedom. Let them enjoy it.
Yeah. Really?
And I still help women all the time. But I let him struggle for like 5 minutes.
He did.
And I see blood coming out of their eyes. I go, "Want me to get in there?"
I knew that wasn't going to be a nice story with your smile for it. It wasn't going to be
it was one of the greatest lines
ever.
ever.
I'm usually pretty nice on a plane. You have to be. But,
there was that one video, too, that guy in the train, but he had no charges filed against him because the video showed the whole thing of those women hitting him, the guy with the awful 8-ball jacket.
You've seen this one, right, Nick?
He fucking belted her. But he was justified.
Ago, right?
Yeah, it was probably 6 months.
His fist came from another
But
fucking
she was hitting him with
zone.
a purse with
Holy
shit in it, and
shit.
he was 100% justified laying her out.
What color was that guy?
They're both, I think, black or Spanish or whatever, but again, it was 100% justified.
You've never seen this one?
I don't think I did.
This was
the
the
8-ball jacket.
We got to play this one more time. This was...
Oh, yeah, I did see
Make it
this.
bigger.
You mean, like, fuck you talking about? Stay over there. Yeah!
They're arguing.
He's not speaking for you. You got a bum-ass 8-ball jacket that came out in 1990. Bro!
He's just looking at her.
That's this one. Just get your money up. I'm done. I'm just done. Get your money up. All right? All right? You want no some shoes? I got one that Steve Adams one.
Nobody wants Steve Adams no more.
What the why you stuck that?
Welcome to America.
Damn, you petty as hell. You can't even afford this now.
You petty as hell.
What are you doing that for?
She's taking shots at the camera guy. Some rough slaps.
I don't do when you get mad.
You sound stupid.
Fucking dirty, bitch.
And then she starts hitting him. Oh, he slapped her. I thought it was an open-handed. Oh, yeah.
And then it gets ugly.
Yeah.
Wow.
He really lays down a fucking... That slap was wonderful.
That was one of the greatest slaps ever.
Boy, this guy is taking care of business.
And then he's taking care of the whole fucking train.
Good for him.
Yeah, you fucked my wife. Yeah.
Is this America? Seriously. Is this New York?
This is about a year old. This
about 10 seconds back, you see a white guy just run at her to see. Yeah, he's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
You bet I would too. I love when she hits the phone guy's phone, and there's probably a black guy holding the phone. And goes, "You damn, you petty." Yeah. We called her petty.
We dissected every second of this video about a year ago.
You dirty bitch!
You dirty bitch! And the white guy running past the camera guy.
Once he got the game,
he looked like Spike Ferriston. He's like, "Let me get the fuck out of here."
But she was throwing lefts. She was throwing those left slaps.
She was awful.
Yeah.
She was fucking awful.
Yeah, she was awful.
But anyway,
the guy probably was a little slow, or his voice is at least a little fucked up.
And 8-ball jacket guy never got anything from that.
No, he shouldn't have.
He was fine in the end.
Good.
But
I would have given him his own series on the WB.
That was a mess.
Yeah, wear that jacket everywhere, and we'll film what happens.
That was the writer's room.
But making fun of his 8-ball jacket. That was
Martin
pretty
Lawrence
funny, too. From the 1990s.
Yeah, 1980. I don't go for the 8-ball
Did you hear that
jacket
slap?
shaming.
No.
It literally.
Sounded like the Three Stooges. What the fucking mo?
He almost like put his hand on the floor before he fucking
And he was about
swung.
6'8", so that was coming from fucking
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, that slap.
That was a wonderful slap.
It's like a Randy Johnson
a little mouthy.
fastball, that fucking slap.
It was
Holy
beautiful.
shit.
I had no problem with that, I gotta be honest with you.
We got the Amy Winehouse guy yet?
Nope. Not
Okay.
yet.
Where is he?
Oh,
What time is he scheduled
ready,
for?
He's ready. Now.
Be here now.
Which is fine.
He's doing the J.J. Walker show.
That means we got time to give Nick DiPaolo a plug.
Yeah, baby. July 18th, the Ridgefield Playhouse. It's a Saturday night. It's a week from this Saturday night.
In Connecticut.
In Connecticut. And you're going to be there too, right?
August 8th.
August 8th. Have you been there?
No, I haven't been there.
What a venue. It's my favorite.
Really?
Oh, it's beautiful. One of those old theaters. And
What do you think of the Whoopi? The Whoopi Goldberg.
I think she defends black people blindly, and she's just a fucking idiot. She always has been an idiot. She's not funny. She's not attractive, and she got a free pass.
Wait, I got to go in. Tell us how you really feel.
I agree with you. I think she does defend
Of course she does.
blindly. So this Cosby's wow. Now all hell's going to break loose. I think right now.
The bottom line is people.
Now that came out.
They'll still go out to see him.
People will.
People go out because, if you're on TV enough, they'll come out to see you.
People who committed to defending him now, it's like, there's got to be a time where you just go, all right, I'm fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to admit they're wrong.
Skin color gets involved in ideology, and I got to defend my team. That's the fucking
Nobody
line.
wants to admit they're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the bottom line is you defending the guy. At first I got it, innocent until proven guilty, but it's like, how much circumstantial evidence do you need?
Did she say something else yesterday?
She did.
Since she last...
Yeah, she dug her heels in even more.
Again?
Yeah.
Can I hear this? I haven't heard this
Imagine
yet.
if she was white and defending a white. She'd been kicked off the show. I can't take the fucking double standards anymore.
Yesterday we talked about Cosby, and I said what I've always said, innocent until proven guilty in the United States of America, because that's our law. So people have been coming after me saying they're going to snatch my family, they're going to come, it's like being Frankenstein, people coming after you with the fire and they're going to burn you. Well, here's the deal. This is the view, and that was my opinion, and not any of you threatening me or telling me you're coming after because you don't like what I said is going to change the fact that no one has convicted him. He has not been arrested. And the bottom line is that's the law. Innocent until proven guilty. And if you're the mother of a son, who gets accused, you want to keep innocent until proven guilty. Just ask.
Round of applause from the douchebag White Housewives.
Well, so far she's right. I mean, it's like, all right, innocent until proven guilty, but we all know he did it.
Yeah, I'm sure she would have taken that stance on Jeffrey Dahmer or fucking Tim McVeigh. I'm sure she would have been like, wait till we convict them.
Donald Trump.
Probably not.
Fucking Trump. Exactly. Well,
but that said, she's still technically so far, she's okay.
Sure.
Of the Duke lacrosse team. Remember that? We raked them across the
you
coals,
did.
burned them at the stake, took away every opportunity they had of school, they were done. And it turns out it wasn't true.
Can we pause this too? This is where her logic is flawed.
Was she saying that then? About
that first of all, that was one woman accusing three people as opposed to, I think now it's up to 1,400 accusing one person.
Yeah. The whole state
There's
of
a big
Iowa.
difference.
Yeah.
And there was fucking the prosecutorial at Nifong, Dennis Nifong was fucking proven misconduct.
I would love for this to go to court and the victims, they have to pull up in a Greyhound bus. There's like 170 of them. You got a fucking trailer behind that with another 300 girls.
Yeah, there's a holding area for the victims. It's like fucking
like extras on a movie set.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, only the most recent victims get the trailers. The other ones get honey wagons outside.
Yeah, Janice Dickinson gets a trailer.
Wow.
Continue.
It turns out it wasn't true. So I think we all, and UVA, same thing. We all have a very important role to play when it comes to abuse and rape. We all have to demand that if it's true, the person is taken to the nth degree of the world and punished. No one here thinks rape is good. No one here thinks rapists are fun. Nobody
Cosby
here
does.
thinks rape or hates women or any of that. So don't come after me like that, because I'm sick of this bull. Here's the bottom line for me. It's my opinion. And the American courts agree with me, because still, he has not been taken to jail or tried or on anything. So back off me.
Yeah, well, look, the statute of limitations.
I can't stand it.
The statute of limitations have run out. That's why he hasn't been the court arrested.
He knows that too.
And Bill Cosby or his people tweeted to Whoopi, thanks Whoopi, on the old Twitter. So
Plus they did.
You think he'd stay off Twitter? You know, you think that you'd avoid Twitter.
He's going to plug his dates.
Yeah, his dates are all.
And I mean that literally. After he knocks him out.
Oh, what a crazy!
Would you rather a woman be awake
Nick?
or sleep when you're banging a Nick?
Depends who the woman is. If she yaps a lot, well, just sleep.
Could you get it done? You think you could get it done quicker if she's asleep?
If she's asleep?
Yeah. Or would you last longer if she was awake?
What a
creepy question.
But you feel so
Martin's
creepy.
known for this, though.
But
I know for
these
these creepy questions.
I know. Jimmy scares the hell out of me.
Touching someone in their sleep is just creepy,
I've
man.
never done that.
Fucking like how the
I've never
fuck do you
done
keep
that.
a heart on while
I
someone's
respect women.
sleeping?
Yeah, that's not right.
Fucking awful.
I make sure they're awake.
Yeah, I mean that's the basic thing.
And I do that by getting them Coke.
Yeah, at
Usually
least
how I
give
get
them
them back to
uppers.
the room.
Yeah, I like when a girl falls asleep while I'm fucking him. That's always because my performance is boring.
Yeah.
Well,
you fell asleep during my show. Now you're gonna fall asleep.
But you would never like
man.
spooning with a girl and rub your dick on her ass while she was sleeping
But the
to maybe
difference-
get something going?
You know the difference between that, like sure,
Just ask it.
Yeah,
Like no
my
one's ever
sister
done
on
that.
Thanksgiving.
that's not bad. Yeah, if you're with somebody and just But that's not somebody I would manipulate and drug and fucking have her doze off and then put my dumb dick in her and then pull her pants up all askew.
We've all pulled out the feeler where you give it a shot. You know, you give it a little rub to see if there's any anything going on.
Right, she starts rubbing back.
And then if she bumps back, then you know you're good to
You
go.
like bang
I
chicks
understand
that are
that,
asleep.
Florentine.
That's a fine line between that and necrophilia.
That's fucking just
right.
predator
That's what
shit, man.
You might
That's
as well be
terrible.
fucking a dead bro.
That's what's really creepy about it. He needed them or wanted them to be really drowsy, if not completely out.
Oh, I'm surprised he wasn't at cemeteries with a shovel. You know?
That really is one step above that.
And he
It is,
was,
right?
Yeah.
He was using Benadryl as well as Quaaludes. That like he was thinking, the Quaaludes aren't good enough. I'm going to give him Benadryl as well on top of it.
Yeah, there was some
Maybe,
nice
maybe it had allergies, some of those girls.
Maybe.
You don't know. Look, maybe he didn't last long. He didn't want that getting out there. Maybe he was like too pump Pete.
Maybe he's got
he's
a
like, I
tiny
don't want
dick.
some chick going to
He
inquire.
has a tiny dick for a black guy. We
Yeah.
don't know.
His fucking wife, too. I've had enough of fucking Camille not saying anything. A fucking silent partner
No,
just standing there.
exactly.
Oh, I don't know.
Thank you, Mrs. Sandusky.
Yeah, exactly. The same
Right?
one, that dopey Dottie.
You got to assume they
fucking
Screams coming from the basement.
I thought they were yawning and laughing.
Right. They had an agreement. You got to assume they just had an agreement.
Unspoken.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a devil.
Probably not even unspoken. Like she probably liked the lifestyle and said, "All right, you do what
It's
you got to
in writing.
do." I mean, come on. She had to know something. That's,
Yeah.
I mean,
You
stop.
just know.
Stop
Like when you're
already.
with somebody, you just know. And he probably never said, I'm going to fuck girls. She probably just went, okay. Like, it's just one of those things that goes without saying. Like,
I'm surprised it went on this long. If 4 of them woke up with a pudding pop hanging out of their ass. Come on. How do you not connect the dots?
what a creep this guy is, man. Just fucking.
Never liked his comedy. Never liked him.
I respected him as a comedian, but I
think he
never
stinks.
liked him. You don't like him as a stand-up?
Nope.
I
Chris,
think-
when I worked for Chris Rock, the whole show went to see him. I didn't go.
I saw
really?
him once, and I was impressed. I saw him once. Well, here's what impressed me, was the way he's Cosby, he can do it, but the way he came out and just, no introduction, he just walks out, sits down, and he starts just launching into it. You know it's a new bit, and to watch him kind of working through it and conceptualizing it and seeing where he could, I was like,
He just walked out. There was no MC in middle act.
yeah, it's like, I mean, again, and he is who he is, so he could do it. But my girlfriend and I went back and talked to him afterward, and I've told this story before.
What happened?
He was odd. And I remember this at the time, not just because the story came out, but we took photos. I have a photo with him, so I wanted to get it signed. And I'm like, can my girlfriend take a picture with you? And he goes, well, only if she's my girlfriend. I'm like, okay. He goes, she's got to be my girlfriend. I'm like, all right, fine.
That's
and then she sat next to
weird.
her again. But that's as far as it went. Nothing else happened.
Yeah, you were there.
That stuck out for me. Even after, I was like, what a weird thing to say, even joking. Like, I didn't feel menaced by it, but I was like, it was fucking odd.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you went out for a sandwich.
I was starstruck. Me, Billy Burr, and Jim Norton got to meet him.
Did you?
We just wanted a picture. We were in the middle of doing a radio show, and he forces you to sit down with him and have a conversation before he'll take the picture. We thought it was cool at the time. Remember?
Yeah, I was fine with it. I mean,
we were all
was
on the couch with Bill Cosby, just shooting the shit, and then when he was good and ready, he finally took the photo.
Yeah.
And then
I stayed in the dressing room, and I came out uncomfortable an hour later.
We got the director of the Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, let's bring him in. That was very good.
Yes, it was. Boy, I'm going to mispronounce this one. Oh,
no,
boy.
you'll get it. Have faith in yourself.
Kevin Smith.
Asif Kapadia. Asif Kapadia. I'm going to go with that. Is that?
No, it's Asif. How did he say? Did he say anything wrong?
That's cool. That's good.
Asif.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, there's no wrong.
Okay.
Hello.
I say Asif.
Asif Kapadia.
We're on the radio. Oh, can someone hold this?
And Nick. Holy shit! I didn't know Nick was coming in.
You could stand or sit.
What's going on? You were a childhood friend of Amy Winehouse.
And her manager.
And her manager.
Hold on,
first
give her the
manager.
mic.
Hold on, we're going to get you a mic there.
It wasn't a childhood, but I was 19. She was 16.
Well, that's kind of the story.
You
All
want to
right.
No, I'll take that as a child.
You want to stand?
You sure?
Cool.
Why?
I used to stand on radio. I get it sometimes.
Sitting is the new smoking.
Huh? Wait, I got to
Hemorrhoids?
It's the new smoking, sitting, right?
Yeah. Sitting is the new
The
smoking.
most unhealthy thing.
Tell the Stephen Hawking will be dead in 3 weeks.
He's got something else.
So you don't
12-pack a day guy.
You don't sit much.
No, I do. That's the reason why I'm standing.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on planes,
All right.
I'm in cars. And...
Well, we saw the Amy Winehouse movie. I fucking loved it. I got to say that right off the bat. I had no idea how talented she really, really was, and you guys are showing that through the film. Obviously, she was brilliant, brilliant songwriter, brilliant performer.
How'd you get rights to all the footage? Like, was there anybody that held up the footage? Because the stuff that they showed, it was like, wow, it's not the person who I thought she was.
Right.
It took a long time. It took 3 years to make. So the process really to start with was to talk to people, do interviews, a bit like what we do now, audio interviews. And once I built up the trust with each contributor, then they said, well, actually, I've got some photographs, I've got video, I've got a diary page, I've got letters or answer phone messages. All of the material came afterwards.
A lot of great live footage too, and I like that you put the words. Sometimes she was hard to understand, but you put the lyrics, which I just thought made it so interesting to watch, and you could follow it, and it was all footage I'd never seen before.
Yeah, because everyone talks about the voice, but the writing is amazing, and it's all personal. That's the thing. So we really wanted to highlight how incredible she was at writing, and how she made everything personal, and how she put humour in there, and a twist, and a references. That's the bit no one talks about. I think that's the hardest thing, writing something original and based on a personal experience that stands the test of time. I think that's the most difficult thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, Rehab, that was an experience she had, and she turned it into a song. It was almost word for word what happened to her at that time, where all you guys got together to get her into rehab. The father was in on it, and then last minute basically said, Amy doesn't need rehab, and then she turned around and made her biggest song out of that whole experience.
What were you thinking when her father said that she didn't need to go?
Well, it was very frustrating because she clearly needed to go, and I checked in with him, and he said that he agreed with me, and I don't know what happened. We got there, we met up with him, and then he changed his mind.
Why did he change his mind?
I don't know. He at the time he thought that maybe I was overreacting. He thought that he put it down to her having a broken heart, her being young and trying things. But it was clearly, to me, it was clearly more than that. It wasn't like someone just trying out drugs or being a bit heartbroken. So it was frustrating. I mean, I was very young at the time, and who knows how a father sees it when someone shows up and says their daughter needs help.
Right.
Can't be an easy thing to hear that. But I think it was an important time to try and get her on the straight and narrow.
How did you meet her?
How did I meet her? I was 19. I was doing all the mundane, boring jobs in the music business. I realised that I had to try and find some talent to be taken seriously. I started managing this guy called Tyler James, who went to school with her. And we got into a chat one day, and he just said, I've got a friend who's amazing, but she's not applying herself to music. And I really think she should be. Give her a call. So I hadn't heard her voice. I called her, and we just had a really funny conversation.
No, he's trying to turn the microphone.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, we're trying to help you out.
This piece of shit equipment keeps getting stuck.
Yeah, it's like a limp dick.
Well, yeah, exactly.
What the fuck's wrong with that?
Sounds like he's walking out of the hall as he's...
We're trying to get your mic better there, Nick.
Yeah. We're trying to make it...
It's a Tandy product.
Yeah.
Lucky this isn't live.
It is live.
Yeah, he's kidding. Literal ope.
So she never went to rehab. Ever? I didn't see the documentary yet.
She did. Apparently, she did go to
defensive. It is live.
She did.
She did go to rehab, but again, rehab, like, you get the rehab that's the glorified hotel room with like a nurse, or you get the serious rehab where it's rehabilitation and it's over a long period of time. I don't know exactly where she went, but I remember a few times thinking, that's not a great place to be.
You know, it's funny, you had this impression of Amy Winehouse as someone who never met her. They made like a parody of her, or made her look like a drunken clown all the time, and the footage shows such a different side of her. I was like, It was kind of nice to see, because I never had an impression of her that she was the person that they show in this documentary.
You get the full picture.
Yeah.
The main aim of the film was to kind of redress the balance. It all became so negative. If you Googled her name, all you saw were horrible images of her, horrible performances. She was an amazing artist, first and foremost. She had issues. We all have issues, and they came to the fore when the fame came along, when the money came along, when certain people became part of her circle. But actually, she was amazing. She was really cool, really great, really funny, really intelligent.
Do you think Blake was bad for her or good for her?
That was her husband.
Yeah.
He was another lost young kid. If you go around Camden in 2004, 2005, there was loads of kids that were lost and looking for something. So I think we've got to be careful. We don't. He clearly wasn't a good influence on Amy, and probably was a bad influence. But I think we've got to be careful not to blame and he was a lost kid at the end of the day. There's lots of lost kids in and around kind of cities, and particularly the more bohemian music part of the cities, which is what Camden, London is, And
she was the first victim of the new media. When, a celebrity, we were saying this last night when we were talking about the movie, when, a celebrity fucked up and you had some footage of it, you had to try to get it on one of these entertainment shows, but then Amy Winehouse might be the first where she fucked up, then boom, right to YouTube and everywhere else. And
she was a girl with the problems with the song Rehab.
Right.
And then social media, and also the newspapers in the UK. That's just when they went digital.
Yeah.
So suddenly they need more and more content. They've got websites they've got to fill. They've got daily editions that have been updated online. And unfortunately, she kept providing them with material.
Right. And Rehab was her biggest hit, but it was also kind of like an albatross for her, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
She almost wasn't taken seriously because of that song.
Yeah, it's a song that made her well-known here because that was the soundtrack for all of other artists here, like Britney or Lindsay Lohan or whoever else were having problems. That became the song that people would put underneath a clip.
Right.
Before people knew who was singing it, they knew the track.
Right.
And people were dancing along to it. But actually, when she came along, suddenly it was like, perfect, what a match for that song. She's sitting with almost like a huge pint of wine on the stage singing this song about rehab. How ironic. But actually, she needed help.
Yeah, you got footage in the movie of her just having that complete meltdown on stage, which is unbelievable footage. And that was pretty much the beginning of the true end, right? How long was that before she ended up dying?
Well, unfortunately, I think it all started to really unravel for her personally in 2005. She died 2011. I think it got worse and worse. The fame came like a huge tidal wave. And then she just got worse and worse. It wasn't like it was like a 6-month thing of going into downward spiral. It was quite a long, drawn-out time of being in a bad place.
Yeah.
And 2005 was just before that, like I said, that tidal wave of fame hit her. And I think once that happens, it's very hard to, cut through and get that.
Well, the footage I'm talking about from the movie, what year was that?
2011.
2011.
That's about 6 weeks, a month before she died.
Yeah. Okay.
Serbia.
And was that her last show?
Yeah.
They have footage of her last show where she goes on stage and she does not perform. She doesn't even really know what the fuck she's doing or why she's on stage.
Did they boo her?
It was so uncomfortable.
I think I've seen that. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
But you explain in the film that she was in no shape to even go on tour, and is it really true they just woke her up and threw her on a plane and she was pretty much out of it and still asleep because they just kind of wanted to keep that gravy train going?
This is the uncomfortable thing. This is what people around in the circle were saying, that unfortunately those sorts of stories are kind of typical rock and roll. You know, everyone laughs about it. Management laugh about the fact, oh, this artist was so messed up and we got him on stage and they got him out and you know, we spent great. That's all like something people enjoy and they talk about afterwards. Sadly, it becomes normal in the industry. Yeah. And that's the problem. Everyone's got a tale like that about some band or some artist. And the problem is when someone dies, then they go, oh, maybe that wasn't a good thing. But actually, if they don't die, then the machine keeps rolling on.
Sure. And Mitchell, the father, he's not happy with this film in general, right? But it came out that he wants people to see it. But could you explain that? He's talking.
I think it's very sensitive. Again, it's her dad. She loved him. He loved her. I think some bad judgment calls were made through Amy's life, which, you know, I think what's powerful about the film is actually you're watching Amy through these different phases of her career and life, and you're seeing various relationships unfold, but actually the film doesn't point fingers at people because it's very complex. It's very hard to, you know. Apparently he's not happy with the film. You can see why he's not happy with the film, but at the same time, it's very, you know, what father ever wants to be critiqued or looked at, or, you know, but I think mistakes were made that really didn't help Amy.
Yeah, she wanted you to. Oh, sorry, but she wanted you to manage her, and you didn't want to do it because it was such a. You saw this, it was getting bad.
Well, you know, I was at a point with it where I'd made such statements, and me and her two best friends that had been there from childhood, you know, we'd made such, we'd sort of put our position so clearly to her. It felt very shallow to then say, but I'll manage you, but I'll take the calls, I'll book the gigs. Yeah. So I had to take a stance and back up what I was saying, thinking naively that this would take about 3 or 4 weeks until she's right back in the palm of my hands, and then I'll get her into rehab, put everything on hold, and then we can crack on with things later on. Big mistake, because there's always someone round the corner willing to jump in and kind of sideline you. That was part of my naivety in youth. But again, I had to stand for what I felt was right, otherwise, then what? I just have to watch it all unravel.
Yeah. Were you on the road with her as a manager when she was doing gigs?
Yeah.
What are the things that you had to do to keep, you know, the booze or people away from her and all that stuff?
Well, you know, no. I mean, the early days, she really didn't experiment with heavy drugs. So there weren't any issues, really. She used to like a drink, but you know what? At that age, everyone likes a drink. It didn't really stand out as a problem. It was more like a couple of drinks after a show, maybe one before a gig. But hindsight, maybe that was early signs of things starting to go a bit wrong. But that first tour around that first record was a lot of fun. It wasn't intense because she wasn't famous. She was getting a lot of critical acclaim. People were showing up to the shows, but there weren't paparazzi. She wasn't in the papers every day, and she wasn't making a fortune. So the pressures were much lower. So I remember them as happy occasions, and that's why in the film I think people find that particular time interesting, because there's a lot of good spirit and happiness and youthful kind of you know, happy times, I guess, in that side of the film.
And a good sense of humor as well.
Very funny.
You get to hang out with Amy. That's what I like about that sequence, is that you see you're in the car with her, you're in the restroom and she's doing her makeup. You know, where all bands start off kind of like just getting in a car, going down the freeway, going to the next show. She just picks up a guitar. I didn't even know she played the guitar so brilliantly. And the next minute she just stands up and starts singing. She blows you away.
Yeah.
And then she's messing around with her friends again.
Yeah.
And it's just like really amazing to see someone who becomes so famous but be that intimate and friendly with them and see the real personality. She's shooting pool. You know, it's just really simple, ordinary, everyday things that teenagers would do.
Right.
But she had the voice and the talent and the songs and the writing to go with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of footage of you and her like this, like playing pool where she's filming you and I think and you're filming her. It's just silly stuff that people do and their friends. But it's great footage, man. It's really interesting conversations, and because I never saw her do any of that stuff or
I don't think anyone did. That's the thing. No one's seen it.
No, I had no idea. I thought she was just a goof.
When I saw that,
I almost thought she was
when I realized we had a film.
Yeah, I thought she was just a one-hit wonder that was just...
Sadly, that's
a
what everyone
complete
thought.
and utter disaster her entire life, and you realize, whoa, no, you just slowly watch her deteriorate during this film.
Yeah. And the thing is, we all thought that. People in the US particularly came in quite late on the story because you don't know the first album, Frank, whereas in the UK we knew of her around that time. And so, you know, the word that kept coming up with people that I spoke to when I was interviewing them was that she was a train wreck. That was it. Sum her up with one word. You know, and there's so much more. And that's the problem. We all somehow fall for this image, whether we read those kind of, this type of press at all, somehow it seeps in. Somehow that's how we form a judgment on people. And these are young people who are then seeing that and reading that about themselves, and it makes them even darker into the depression and makes them self-medicate more.
Right.
So part of the film's aim, I guess, is to show how brilliant she was, how funny she was, to show that journey that she goes through very quickly, but also to make us think a bit about how complicit we were to kind of judge someone like that, you know, and to take in that information and then to make fun of them, because that's what all the comedians and everyone was doing, you know, and we laugh along. And in the middle of it, there's a kid who's got a problem.
Yeah. Eric.
Yeah, I would think that when you set out to make the movie, you didn't know what footage you were going to end up with. So what was your plan when you made the movie?
Do you know, it's really weird. I did this film before, Senna. I don't know if any of you have seen that. You should check it out.
Santa?
Bad Santa. No. Senna. About a racing driver, S-E-N-N-A, about a Brazilian racing driver. And it was made entirely out of archive. And really, Amy came off the back of that. And it was, essentially, it's a gut instinct you have. You have a feeling of, is there something here? There's a movie. And really, meeting Nick and hearing from Nick helped me understand, okay, there's another story here. And then Nick opened up his laptop at one point, showed me some of this footage, this raw footage. And that's when I started to see these performances and hear her sing and see them messing around. And that's when I think, okay, there is a story, because in such a short space of time, she went from this girl to that girl that I saw on stage at the ending. And how the hell did that happen? You know, that's when you realise there's a movie, I think, because you realise that we all kind of fell in love with her when we were making the film. Yeah. She's really cool. She's great.
She had a rough childhood.
That's what I was going to ask. What was her family life coming up? What kind of family life did she have?
The father was cheating on the mom for many years, but didn't leave the house.
I mean, look, she had a lot of people, you know, certainly, you know, a lot of my friends, you know, myself included, you know, you come from home where, you know, parents divorce, affairs.
Right.
Like, I think it's quite harsh to say that was it. I think it was a whole mixture of stuff. I think Amy also suffered from depression, and I think that wasn't so clear until later on. But part of my beef with how she was handled by a lot of people online, the you know, certain parts of the media, is there wasn't much questioning around, you know, what's going on here? This isn't some girl just falling out of nightclubs trying to get attention. Actually, she could be depressed. There could be mental health issues. There wasn't any real commentary on that. I think you look back at the film and you go, you know, it wasn't 6 months of, like, being in the paper every day and being hounded by paparazzi. It was 5 years. So I think less so than, like, a broken home. Or, you know, because I think there's lots of people with stuff like that. Maybe that didn't help. Sure. But I think she was quite a deep person. You can see that in the writing and her character. And I think, you know, one of the personal things that happened to her that I think really affected her was losing her grandmother. She was very close to her grandmother. Was a very big personality, very strong personality, and she died. She got cancer and died in 2005. Right when Amy was going through a bad spell, and then the fame came along. There's so many threads, and that's why, you know, I didn't know what this film was going to be. And when I saw the cut, it was very moving for me, not just personally, but seeing all these different elements that maybe I hadn't thought of a lot of them as well. You know, I hadn't thought of the social part of it, you know, the bigger picture, the internet, the modern times, the media. That's something that Asif got me thinking about and re-evaluating, and I'm hoping that this film does that to a lot of punters out there that go and see it.
Yeah. Was she reading all that stuff and looking at that footage when she was in the press and the tabloids were all over, or did you try to block that away?
I learned that through Asif's research, actually.
Yeah, I spoke to people who were around her towards the ending, and yeah, she was reading it. She was, you know, you start having these arguments on Twitter, and she was having disagreements with people, and, you know, towards the ending, her friends who were around and kind of her security guards who were around her would say, you know, she'd be on her computer, like young people of that age would be, looking at stuff. Both the negative stuff and even the positive stuff. The last few nights, you know, just sadly before she died, she was looking for performances of herself being good, to remind herself she could sing.
Wow.
So she was ingesting that negativity.
Of course, everyone does.
Sure.
You know, you've got to be a real strong kind of character to not look at anything written about you. And you can have 100 things that are great, and you'll read the one negative thing, and that will get you down.
Yeah.
She would have had a tough time. She would have had a tough time with Twitter. She would have had a
voice of morons.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I think also when you feel like maybe you're losing control, maybe your voice isn't holding up, you know, your health isn't great. You know, it doesn't help then seeing that barrage of abuse. I think
you start
confidence is down. It's a self-fulfilling thing, isn't it? It starts to make things worse.
Could you guys explain, in the movie, she went on vacation, where was it, in the Caribbean, to get away and try to get her shit together, and she went down there with some friends and stuff, and she was going to take some time, and then all of a sudden her father shows up, Mitchell, with a camera crew to film that. That was amazing in this film, because it kind of shows his character, because it was obvious that she was really trying to do the right thing and try to, you know, get away from the nonsense and maybe clean herself up. And there's the father seeing another opportunity, brings his own film crew to film her on vacation.
I think this is kind of part of the whole sequence where, you know, everyone around her, I think, just got a bit confused. It was just like people around her were making TV shows or selling stories to newspapers or writing books, or just became a circus, literally a circus around her, with her caught up in the middle of it. You know, maybe he had the best intention somehow, but obviously it looks like for her it wasn't a great thing. When she's trying to get away from the media's been brought to her. I think there were loads of things, unfortunately, that were going on like that with people around her. And I think, you know, it's an uncomfortable thing to see, I guess.
Is he going to sue you or any of that crap? Any of that shit coming out?
I don't know. I think it's a kind of real contradiction, because he said things, but he's also said, as you said earlier, you know, to people, go and see the film because there's lots of great stuff in it. I think his kind of arguments to the film are like, there's a couple of lines at the beginning that he's not happy with, that he feels have been removed, and there's a sequence of her life towards the ending where he says things were great and you're not showing that. But actually the majority of the film, I don't think if you look in detail at what he's saying, he hasn't complained about. It's very difficult to make a film of someone's life and to please everyone. I mean, I went into, when making a movie, I was pretty sure no one was going to like this film. It's impossible to please people, because there's so many different parties all in disagreement and arguing, and sadly somebody died. Right? So our aim was to try to get the essence of what was going on. We can't show everything. We can't put everyone in. I spoke to 100 people, and there's probably 25 voices in the film. So it's a real delicate balance that you're trying to find, just to show enough. And it's kind of our interpretation of what was going on. But hopefully, because it's made out of archive, you can see it's all real stuff that was going on. The main point of the film was to show you how great she was.
What was the actual cause of death? Sorry, it was alcohol? They thought there was drugs, but there was no drugs?
Yeah, well, you know, it is a drug.
No, but
it's alcohol, long-term alcohol kind of issues and abuse mixed with bulimia is the thing.
She had bulimia most of her life.
Bulimia from a very young age, and it seems that was a long-standing problem from her teens. So, you know, there's no kind of, it was a kind of deficiency in salts, I think, is what the doctor said to me. So that, alcohol, and not eating, not having anything.
So she had emotional problems when she was young, obviously.
Yeah, this is all kind of, there were issues there about, you know, weight and kind of self-image and self-esteem before fame. Fame just multiplies all of the issues and problems.
It's throwing gas on the fire.
I think young girls, this is a big problem. I mean, a big part of the film is just to kind of bring up a lot of these issues up for debate, which is every kid right now is seeing certain kinds of women on screen constantly and being brainwashed and thinking you have to look like that, you know. And I think that she would have had these issues herself about weight. You know, pop stars were a certain size and weight. And she was the one that was unusual and different looking and original looking and dressed differently and sang jazz. You know, that's what made her great. Now people celebrate it. Sadly, she's not around.
And great artists like her, you know, they're super sensitive people. That's what makes them great artists. And then you got this brutal, like you said, social media, and where it's brutal out there. Yeah. And she was ingesting it, and it's a bad combination.
It was bad timing.
And the UK press, like the media over there, and the paparazzi's way worse than even America, right?
This is phone hacking was going on. You know, it was a particular moment of time where she was the girl that, like I said, who was suffering these issues but had the hit record and a hit song at the time when the newspapers stepped it up another level because they'd gone digital. So there was like this press war going on between different multinational companies. She's caught up in the middle of it. So that footage, I mean, you know, when you've got 50, 60 guys surrounding this petite young woman on her own, trying to walk from her door to a car, and they're all jumping her, flashing lights and manhandling her. It's pretty aggressive stuff. It's pretty visceral, pretty nasty to be in the middle of that.
Here's a crazy question, but did she enjoy fame at all? I don't remember seeing any clips where she enjoyed the limelight.
I was just about to say, you know, something that isn't, you know, brought into into people's consciousness very often nowadays is that sometimes you can be truly brilliant, whether in music, film, sport, and you're just not looking for the fame or the money. That's not, people find that really hard to believe nowadays because of how glorified fame is. But actually, occasionally you do find a sports star, an artist, someone just truly brilliant, and it's really not part of their drive to be famous, to be rich. Their drive is to create, is to have the freedom to do what they want to do. And the rest of it can sometimes be like an accidental sort of repercussion of being great. And I definitely feel like, that's a misconception about Amy. Like, very often you meet people going, why didn't she just cheer up? She had such a voice. She had so much acclaim. She made all that money. It's really not about that for some people. And, in my time with her, she was never interested in the checks, in the money. At times I'd deliver her some really good news. To me, it would feel like really good news. To her, it would be kind of, can I get the guitar I want to get? Can I buy the music I want to buy? And I think that's maybe left out of the equation sometimes in how people see celebrity.
Wow. Well, you made a great film, man. I loved it. And then I tried to listen to some Amy Winehouse music after I saw this thing, and I was just depressed.
It gets a lot deeper.
I was like, all right, now I'm going to go listen to some Amy Winehouse. I'm like, after 2 songs, I'm like, oh, God, I can't do it today.
Well, maybe not straight away, but I tell you what, when you do hear the song, suddenly you realise there's so much more going on than you
Absolutely.
thought. There's a lot more going on.
The music was way more personal than I ever realized. So
it's really mature. For such a young person, there's so many layers in that music.
How can people see the documentary? Because it really was, what I watched an hour of it. I started watching at 11 o'clock last night like a fucking dunce. But it was excellent what I saw. And how can people see it?
It's out. I mean, it opened last week in New York and LA, and on the 10th, this Friday, it opens across the nation, so it's out there. Go and check it out.
Yeah, I think it's going to do very well.
98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So.
Yeah, really, really great and extremely interesting, and it just shows you stuff that you never saw. And I love that personal footage, but none of it was boring. Like, personal footage can be tedious, but none of this was. It was all interesting.
You get the full picture in the end.
Yeah.
You learn a lot more about Amy Winehouse than what we saw on TV. And in the tabloids, so
yeah, I mean, it tells you not all publicity is good publicity. It's like it didn't work for her necessarily, but I think people get a true picture of the girl hopefully by seeing this.
Right, Asif Kapadia, right?
Yeah,
great. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
the
Nick,
director
very much,
of the Amy Winehouse movie, and of course Nick, who knew her pretty well in the early days, and the first manager.
Yeah.
How do you say your last name?
Shemansky.
Shemansky. Very nice. All right.
Thank you guys. Really good job.
Thanks, man.
Thank you guys.
We're going to take a quick break. We got Corey Teller from Slipknot coming in next. Stay there. Nick DiPaolo, Jim Florentine, just killing it for us today, man. Really fast, Nick, get your plug in before we get Corey Taylor from Slipknot in studio.
I'll be at the Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut, July 18th, and the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club, July 22nd.
And the podcast. So
the podcast, Nick DiPaolo Podcast at riotcast.com. Hit me up on Twitter at Nick DiPaolo.
And
NickDip.com. I'm the worst self-marketer.
I love your website. You got a good website name.
I haven't been to it in a year. What's it look like?
And Florentine, quickly, please.
This weekend, Stitches Comedy Club, Lancaster, Pennsylvania,
What's
Friday,
that pay,
Saturday. Yeah. It's a door deal, so about $100. And July 16th, the Improv in L.A. with Morgan Murphy and Jason Lawhead. Big show out there next Thursday.
And Jim Norton at the Borgata this weekend.
Yeah, big hoopla. Let's bring in Corey. No one cares where I am, obviously. Right. If they want to go see me, go to my website. If not, feel free to ignore me.
Let's get Corey in here. Corey Taylor from Slipknot.
Stone Sour.
Gentlemen. Of course. Hey, Corey.
Three books.
Nick, how are you? Nice to meet you.
What's up, Corey?
God, I don't know. I'm not.
You're not
I'll
up?
tell you what, it's been the craziest 4 days, dude. And I can smell myself, so that's not a good idea.
Yeah. I just saw Corey last night. He played the Stone Pony in Jersey. Did his book tour show where he does like 45 minutes of stand-up, which is like he could film an HBO special.
I mean, it's not good.
No.
I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression.
No, it's phenomenal.
It's not good at all.
Is it stand-up or like spoken word? Like Henry Rollins was doing spoken word, which is kind of like
more in tune with Henry Rollins because I mean he's funny. Like he's funny, but he's funny to his people. I'm funny to my people. Like I couldn't do what you guys do. Like I couldn't go cold into a club and try to make it work because at least the people I'm making laugh know a little something about me. you guys have it way harder than I would. There's no way I could do it. And I got hit up by Live Nation. They were like, we're going to book you some stand-up stuff. And I was like, I will kill you in front of your children if you do that.
No, me and Jameson are watching you, and we'll go, we got to book a tour with Corey. Yeah, absolutely. No, he did 30 minutes last night up front on Kanye West with callbacks and killed 30 minutes because this whole viral video of him ripping Kanye West apart.
Yeah, but that's so easy. I mean, it just kind of sells itself.
Nah, but you make some great points.
What's the Kanye West thing all about for the people?
He called himself the greatest rock star living or something like that?
Yeah, the greatest living rock star. He was playing Glastonbury, which, if you're not familiar with that, is Coachella with a different accent. And
see, that would work.
I know, I'm telling you,
that would work.
And he's on stage and he's in a little spaceship thing on stage. It's very strange looking. And he goes, "You people are witnessing the greatest living rock star of all time." And then proceeds to mess the words up to Bohemian Rhapsody in England. In England.
Hope he buys a fucking house over there.
Unbelievable, dude. So of course I'm on Music Choice, and they asked me about it, so I just kind of cut this PSA where I'm just like, look, just stop.
Can we play this for the people?
Oh, yeah, please.
And you look good in your Star Wars T-shirt.
Well.
You're looking great, Corey.
Yeah, it's my $10 Star Wars Target shirt.
I love it.
It's good.
Let's play this. Okay.
You are not the greatest living rock star of all time. The fact that you had to tell people that kind of says it all. You remind me of the guy who brags about They never get as much as they brag about. Stop it. Stop it.
For more of your favorite artists.
Oh, God. And then the world went nuts.
You'll be deemed as racist.
Well, I mean, hopefully, sure. Yeah, because that's a whole other bag of worms. It's like, show me on the doll where any of that's racist. Idiots.
Yeah.
So stupid.
That video went everywhere. I just want the people to know. It's
everywhere.
As they say, uber viral.
So now you got Kanye fans against Slipknot, Stone Sour fans.
Well, it's kind of precious because everybody's like, well, Kanye's got way more Grammys than Slipknot has albums. And I'm like, well, that says it all.
Yeah.
Get a Grammy now is like getting a Teen Choice Award. Who cares? Like, it's ridiculous. And by the way, I have one, you jerks. At least one.
Yeah, one for Slipknot is more impressive than fucking 8 for
exactly. Oh, we can swear?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Dude,
there you go.
Oh, we can't say that.
Okay. Damn it. I knew there was a line. No, the thing today, though, I woke up and now the academics are in on it. Like, there's all these, like, blogs on it. Like, this is like, well, Corey Taylor, actually, Kanye is the greatest living artist, and this is why, blah, blah, blah. And this one woman, she's precious to me. She was like, yeah, but Corey's much better at his gig than Kanye West is, so what? Who cares if, like, you can show me, like, you can do the math and show me where he is. He still sucks.
He bombed at Bonnaroo a few years ago. Like, he insisted on headlining. He's such a twat.
Yeah.
He insisted on headlining the main stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pearl Jam had gone on. It's like, they were going to give him the headline on the smaller, but this fuck makes everybody wait, and then he goes on like 4 in the morning with that spaceship thing.
Yep.
And it doesn't work as the light is coming up, and they're booing him, and it was a real disaster.
He's a classic example of somebody trying too fucking hard, man.
Yeah, but they still invite him back.
Yeah, I know. And it's, because they're hoping the Kardashians show up.
That's right.
And then they can blog about it. It's like, Kim balanced the PBR can on her ass. Good for you. Good for you, fucking asshole.
Who wants to follow Pearl Jam?
That's just stupid.
How about an ego, huh?
That's just stupid. Are you loving the attention, though, that this is bringing the extra attention?
No, because it's so ridiculous, man. Like, it's like...
But in that way, it must be fun, is what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. I've written 3 books. I've sold millions of albums. I'm in 2 different bands. I'm in movies and shit, and this is what it took? This is what it took. You talk about some hard-on.
That's our culture.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
That's our culture.
The new world bums me out. But that's the problem. That's one of the reasons I wrote the book.
Yeah.
Is because everything is flipped on itself. It doesn't take anything to be famous anymore. Like, it used to be you had to have talent, you had to have a work ethic, you had to have something creative and special to be able to be famous. Now, apparently, you come out of the right cooch, you get a reality show, you're famous. And I'm like, really?
Yeah,
God damn, I was born in the wrong fucking decade, man.
Throw a puppy into a food processor on YouTube.
And then you immediately go on Facebook to see how many likes you got.
You know, with that said, unfortunately, we just got the book.
That's fine.
I would have loved to have read a few pages before it came in.
Come on. Stop with that shit.
There are pictures of it.
The book is called You're Making Me Hate You. What I like, the original title was supposed to be You're Making Me Hate You, or How Justin Bieber Sucked $1 Million Dicks to Make His Money.
Yeah.
And the publisher
refused. Didn't like that.
They didn't like that. They made it clean it up a little bit.
They probably felt you were underestimating the number.
Wouldn't that be great if I got sued for underestimating the number of dicks you sucked? Amazing.
That would have been amazing on
that. Yeah, it'd been good.
For a book.
It's called A Cantankerous Look at the Common Misconception That Humans Have Any Common Sense Left. It's got to be in a great position to just write about whatever you want, and you don't have to just do a biography now. You can just kind of go off and whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I told people, because they hit me up. You know, when I first got the book deal, when I did 7 Deadly Sins, they were like, you want to do an autobiography? It's like, at the time, I was like, I'm 37. I still have 40 years, hopefully. You know, I'll write one when I'm 80. You know, at least I'll have a life to talk about. You know, I'm not. You know, it's like Tim Tebow writing one when he was 21. You kidding me? Really? That's a 5-minute book.
Right.
You know. So I was like, I just, you know, I want to write about something I'm interested in. I want to, you know, pick stuff apart. I'll tell stories, but I want to write about something that is less about me and more about trying to make a point about something. And the great thing about this book is this was originally the book that I really wanted to write. Because I'm angry, you know, and I'm angry all the fucking time.
I can't relate.
Thank you, right? So I had enough grist and fodder to fill probably an encyclopedia's worth of shit, you know. So I was like, okay, I'll do the 7 Deadly Sins, and then I did the funny thing happened on the way to heaven, and then I was like, okay, I got to do the Rage book just to get it out of my system, just to see what happens. So this one flew.
When did you write it, Corey? When did you come home from a gig on a plane in a hotel?
Well, I mean, you know, you guys travel as much as I do, so I mean, you see it a lot, you know. So I just kind of just kept making mental notes, and I wrote it while we were recording .5 The Great Chapter, the last Slipknot album. It was last year, and so I would record in the studio and then go back to our house, and then just because I mean, being in California, it's enough reason to piss anybody off. You know?
So you actually sit down at the laptop, you don't dictate into anything?
No, I wrote it myself, so it's probably why my diction sucks.
No, that's great.
I mean, you know, it's good, you know. And then of course I sent it to the editor, and he was just like, oh boy, here we fucking go.
What did they make you take out? I had a couple things that they made me take out because they were afraid I'd get sued. Like besides the Justin Bieber.
Oh, the legal read, yeah.
But they were actually right. I'm glad I took it out.
Personal when you attack somebody personally, probably,
right? It was a joke, but they're like, even though it's a joke, it's so inflammatory. It's a pedophile joke about someone who's not a pedophile.
That's where the good shit is. Joke about pedophiles. I mean, where's America going? No, come on, what the fuck?
Yeah, but seriously.
Yeah, but
don't hurt that kid fucker's feelings.
Well, no, the guy's not a kid fucker.
Gambler people too.
I mean, that organization gets. I'm almost tempted to leave it.
Corey, what are some of the stuff you're going after in the book?
You know, one thing about Corey's very outspoken. He's a rock star.
No,
it's great
to say the least.
And they
I figured that out 5 minutes into this.
And they pick up every quote. The media always picks up a quote that he says,
and they turn it
and
into
puts it out there.
Stupid story. It's so ridiculous.
And he's great. And then he comes up with a book like this, and they were all over him. He gets attacked all the time, but people love him because finally somebody's just speaking their mind.
I brought copies for everybody. I had 2 more copies out there. So yeah. So
but some
of the stuff in there is just dealing with airports. Just the emptying of the mental capacity. Just being in the airport. That's not even getting on the damn plane. Right. Is ridiculous, and it's worldwide, man. It's like it's almost like the bigger the airport, the more stuff to look at, the worse it gets. Like it's ridiculous. Kids, yes, I attack kids, and this is a father of 3 talking.
Attaboy, then you have a Subway sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. No shit, dude. What the hell is going on?
That's your 4th book.
Between Jared and Bill Cosby, what the fuck?
I know. I don't know who to like more.
Right?
I want to have a Subway sandwich and have a Quaalude.
So I mean, yeah. So there's a ton of stuff. I mean, there's a whole chapter on driving, which I could have done a whole book on driving. Just and I start that one with just use your turn signal.
Yeah.
Figure it out. It's there. It's in the name of the function. It's a turn signal. You signal to turn. Don't be a fucking asshole. And don't turn from 4 fucking lanes over if you're turning left.
The people.
Sorry, I'm
no, it's basically an emotional. It's like emotionally vomiting, and it's like either that or you're gonna fucking stick a knife in someone, and it feels great.
Exactly. If I can't talk about this, I'm gonna lose my mind.
The people driving and texting are horrifying at this point.
It's not just once in a while.
Shit.
Now it's a fucking.
It's all the time.
And
it's all the time.
And you see them a mile away now. And in our car, we're always like, watch, they're texting. And sure enough, every fucking time.
I know they're drifting into your lane.
I think that's worse than driving drunk.
I like to do both.
It really is.
I'm going to try that excuse this weekend.
Sorry, officer, I'm not drunk. I was just texting.
Exactly. Look at the meeting.
Technically, I was sexting. That's why I don't have any pants on.
Look at the clit on this girl, officer. Come on.
You remember when the worst thing that could happen, I mean, besides drunk driving, was just a woman putting makeup on? You know, she's like 5 minutes late to get to work.
Shit, right.
And she's like just desperately trying to smear some fucking Avon on her face.
Yeah,
she doesn't look like a fucking ghoul. But
now she's on the Avon website.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's like, I need raspberry beret. I know they have it. I know. There it is.
It's hard not to, though, man, because we're not used to, our generation's not used to this, being able to see everything. It's really hard to, it's like thinking, but you can look at what you're thinking about.
Exactly.
It's a really tough balance to fucking have.
But the problem is, this new generation doesn't either. Like, they'd like to think they are, but they can't fucking do two things at once. They can barely talk to people, you know? Like, they can't, there's no social skill. I talk about that in the book, too, where, you know, the internet, technology, social media, even though we're more connected, it's breaking down everything that makes us social, you know? So now every conversation is an argument. Every interaction is just people trolling each other so they can talk shit about something that you were trying to make a point about.
It's giving the voice to people who shouldn't have a fucking voice.
Exactly.
A lot of them.
It's ridiculous.
Corey's not a fan of the selfie sticks.
I see that. I'm kind of bummed about that one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed about that.
It's like, this was news? This was news? I talk shit about a selfie stick, and it's
Did
everywhere.
the guy get hit by lightning using a selfie?
Yes. 2 people died.
That's God. That's God saying yes.
And actually, they got 4 of them, because there was 2 people who died and then 2 people injured. I was like, thank you.
But that last photo was pretty good.
That's the only sign of a true deity is that he's like, you know what, I'm so fucking tired of this shit.
This is me and my kid with his hair on fire.
Well, you're missing the beauty of the selfie stick, which was you put it on video and you go on the train and you're under a skirt.
It has now replaced the shoe mirror for anybody who doesn't understand what Jim's talking about.
That's a commitment to get mirrors on your shoes, by the way. Or polish them up really.
Patent leathers. Yeah. The ones you order the
I
prom.
used to order those fucking videos, upskirt video. Creepiest thing. I would go there and I would actually buy them in the adult bookstore. Just guys in the mall following girls up escalators, looking at their panties. It was really
I just stand
creepy.
under the escalator.
Corey, what do you do when you're performing and you got a bunch of guys with those goofy selfie sticks, or everyone videotaping your show and not actually watching you? Do you call them out? Does it bother you?
Last night I didn't do this, but usually at a Slipknot or a Stone Sour show, especially if they're up front and I can get to them, I unload as many bottles of water on them as possible to ruin those things. It's like, you're here. Why are you doing? Like, you're watching the show through your phone. Is that how bad we are now?
Yeah.
So I just fucking unleash, and then I go back over and I get 2 more, and then it's 8, and then by then they're drenched, their Maybellines running down their face, and they're just like,
and that's the guys.
Yeah, that is the guys. You know, and so I got a lot of emo fans. Well, eventually, because it's not a phone anymore, it's a fucking doorstop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, are we interrupting you?
No. I was reading what you said about the Confederate flag. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it's interesting because, I mean, everybody talks about, heritage versus hate and everything. Right. It's like, yeah, but, history kind of teaches us that it is about hate, Like, I mean, you can talk about the General Lee all you want. Yeah, it was a great show when I was a kid, but it still stands for the fact that you were trying to keep the right to own people, Like, I don't get it. It's 2015. It's not like it's fucking 1901.
Right.
It's 2015. If you can't figure out why it's wrong to put a Confederate flag in front of a place where you're supposed to have fucking equal justice, then you need to go back to fucking sleep, man, because you're never going to figure it out.
Yeah, I find it uncomfortable on this stuff. In private life, it's like the fact that Walmart won't sell it is a little irritating. But
they're selling Iranian flags.
That's the thing.
Cuban, right?
That's the problem. Exactly.
Well,
they showed all the other stuff.
You can't scrub our fucking history. You want to,
Yeah, taking off the state property. But then, I did a tweet because I was on Amazon. It was like you can still buy Mein Kampf.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you should be able to because I have it's a funny book.
Everybody has the right to everybody has the right to free speech, but when you're flying that outside of a government building,
exactly.
It's not right. I'm not taking away from anybody's right to wear it. It's fine. You can believe what you believe. You can actually superimpose your beliefs for what you think it stands for. Because a lot of people don't understand what it stands for. They think it's General Lee, it just represents the South, and we're good old boys and whatever. That's fine, but you don't understand that there's a whole other level that represents, you know? So, yeah, I mean, on the one hand, Walmart shouldn't have done that, and it's just another fucking overreaction to something that made sense here, but then people just completely overdid it and made it fucking contrite and stupid. But yeah, you shouldn't be flying that in front of a government building.
Everyone starts freaking out. Then you got to get rid of the Dukes of Hazzard reruns.
You're talking about Gone with the Wind.
No one was bothered by it on the on the General Lee.
They just pulled out. I mean, not to kind of get away from that. Do you see that they pulled the statue down of Bill Cosby at Disney World?
We sure.
No. Yeah, he was on the TV Walk of Fame. They pulled the statue down.
Well, they have a policy when there's a comma in the number of rape accusations.
You want to talk about somebody's heartbreaking, man. When I fucking heard that, I was like, that's it. That's fucking it, man. Like, because
but the rumors were out there forever, though.
But see, I didn't know it. I didn't know it. Like I grew up listening to Cosby albums with my grandmother. And I'm talking about like 200 miles per hour. Fucking Wonderfulness. Like I love those albums. And then obviously I was a fan of the show. And then, so you think that the one guy who would have fucking integrity, is roofing fucking women.
Who knew Dr. Huxtable was writing his own prescription?
Unbelievable, man.
Quaaludes and Benadryl.
So now maybe that's why I'm just a little more bitter today than I was fucking yesterday, because I read that and I was like, ugh. Fuck you.
Well, Cosby's the guy, like, it's a proof that you really never know anyone as well as you think you do.
No,
you can never
doubt.
believe the public persona, because if he wasn't just cheating on his wife, that's dirty stuff, man.
They just hit it well. Everyone kept quiet.
Yeah.
Because you talk to enough people, they said, we all knew he was a ladies' man.
Creepy.
And that's a bum out, man. It's such a bum out.
Yeah.
There's so many people you'd expect that from, but those are not the ones that usually...
They never are. Yeah, man. Like you look at the public perception of, like, people look at me and they're like, oh, well, he's a fucking, tattooed, satanic rock star, whatever. Like, I got 3 kids. I make them fucking lunch and dinner. I pick them up from school. I take my own trash out. And yet I had a protester at my book signing in fucking Bryant Park last night. Or yesterday, fucking, accept Jesus. And I was like, well, do you take debit cards? I mean, is it checks? Is it only fucking, money orders? I mean, you got to be a little more specific, bro. I mean, I know you only have the little sign, but you got to put, the terms and conditions on there.
And in fairness, you make breakfast for the kids, but then again, so did Nicky Santoro.
I was going to say that, too. No matter where he was, at 6 a.m., he came home.
He always made pancakes.
After burying somebody in a desert. Time for Fruit Loops.
And Bill Cosby was making girls cappuccinos in the morning.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I mean, that's at least something you can say. He sent them away with a little caffeine to wake them up from the fucking Quaaludes he crushed up in their fucking wine.
Imagine having a play date with Corey Taylor's kid.
My son almost had one yesterday.
No, I think that would be a good thing, but,
Corey travels with his family and stuff, and Slipknot's got blamed for a lot of shit, and whenever something goes down, if someone might have had Slipknot on their iPod, all of a sudden they get blamed. They're like the new Ozzy, Judas Priest back in the 80s and 90s.
I'm just waiting for somebody to get caught with Pat Boone on their iPod.
Yeah.
Like fucking, wearing a human mask,
And this humor in your music that the mainstream media never really...
Well, I mean, and that's the problem.
Really got,
sometimes sometimes it doesn't pay to be smarter than people are supposed to be, Like, I take very proud about the fact that, I can write not only well, but intelligently. But people only take face value anymore, or they have to have it spoon-fed to them. So if one person says that heavy metal's dumb and whatever, then it gets picked up and it's like, oh, well, heavy metal's dumb. It's like, really? Okay, spell intellectual. He's like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Let's keep listening to your fucking Kanye West fucking albums.
Oh, that guy, though, when he wore the Jesus cross, or the crown of thorns, I'm like, this guy's edgy. Oh, boy.
Why do so many people like him, though?
He's a talented guy.
Fans.
He is a talented guy, but that's mixed in with such a douchebag behavior.
He looks like an asshole out there half the time, though.
You know what? He reminds me a lot of Marilyn Manson. Because when everything's kind of starting to kind of wane as far as like popularity and attention, all he does is say something or do something, and people are right back on him. You know, and I almost feel bad for saying what I did because now there's so much attention on him that I feel like I gave him free press. You know,
it's too funny though.
Yeah,
funny,
yeah,
man.
you can't let that go.
Funny.
And then I love it with the whole thing that capped it off was fucking the words up to Bohemian Rhapsody. As it's like, oh, you're a dick. You couldn't bother. Just like, you're going to do a cover, learn the words, asshat.
Did he change them on purpose, or did he really make a mistake?
Them up, and then he goes to the audience. He's like, go. That's like, really? I mean, I can do that with my own songs, but don't do that with a cover.
Right, not something that famous that everyone knows the words to.
Right?
Speaking of covers, we played Nutshell earlier.
Yeah, I heard that, man. Thank you.
Fuck, man.
That's a great tune.
Love Alice in Chains.
I only hope I did it justice.
Oh, you're phenomenal.
We're kind of bummed we don't have a better version.
The version was hard to hear. It was hard to hear the vocal.
I wish that
Jimmy got it with his selfie.
Yeah.
Self-stick.
Have you released that, or will you release?
Everybody keeps asking me if I'm going to do like an acoustic solo album, and
it's too good. Why not?
I mean, I'm in two awesome bands. You know, I kind of get to do whatever I want musically. You know, and honestly, with my schedule and everything, like all the stuff that I do, I don't have time, and it's not like there's something in me that needs to do it yet, and that's I kind of follow my whims when it comes to that. So if it ever gets to the point where like I really feel like I've got like a good batch of tunes that I want to do, I'll do it. But for now, man, fuck, dude, I'm one of the luckiest dudes on the planet. You know, like it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, with Slipknot and Stones and being in two big bands, and then Stone Sour just did a whole covers EP.
Yeah, covers EP.
Children of the Grave. You did some Metallica on that.
Yeah,
it's really good. And you got like two more coming out.
Kiss, and Kiss liked it so much they put it on their homepage, which was really
nice.
Cool. Yeah, Paul Stanley was like, this is amazing, like, and they put it on their like the official site, and we were like, awesome, you know.
I like when bands. I love cover. I'm a big fan of cover. One of my favorite things that Kiss ever did was when on Love Gun they did, and then she kissed me.
Yeah,
fucking awesome to hear a band just do something you don't expect them to do.
It's a really good tune. Yeah.
Would you guys ever cover something that was completely out of like the musical demo, or completely?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, we have two other covers EPs coming out because we kind of plotted it as a trilogy, and we're releasing them like every 6 months. So the next one, which is called Straight Outta Burbank, because it's the Burbank tapes basically. The first one's called Meanwhile in Burbank. The second one's Straight Outta Burbank, and then the third one's No Sleep Till Burbank. So the second one's got everything from Slayer to Motley Crue to Rolling Stones on it. So, you know, all of our musical tastes are pretty diverse. You know, there's a Bad Brains cover on it as well, which is one of my favorite bands. Yeah. And then the third one has got everything from Violent Femmes to AC/DC. So, I mean, we really try to keep it. We're trying to wear our influences on our sleeves. You know?
Which Rolling Stones song?
Give Me Shelter.
Nice.
Wow.
You know what's great about Corey? He has a Slipknot and Stone Sour fans come to his book tour, his acoustic show, and then he does a little Red Corvette by Prince, Chris Isaac, Wicked.
Really? Game,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
He doesn't, and people love it. They're all singing along.
They lose their mind. We close with Take It Easy by the Eagles, and every metalhead in there is just like, I love this song. And then they go home and they're like, damn it, I love that song. It's kind of awesome.
I never understood radio separating all the fucking music genres.
Because
I never understood that.
And you know what? I mean, the thing is it honestly only really happens here. Like you go overseas, and music is music to them, man. Like they'll especially in England, man. Like it's people embrace music so much more freely overseas than they do here, because everybody feels like you have to compartmentalize everything so it'll make sense to people. And I think that's why people's tastes have developed the way they have. Like you look at a lot of the younger generation, they only like one style. They won't even listen to any other style except for heavy metal fans. Heavy metal fans are a little more diverse in their tastes, you know, like a lot of heavy metal fans are hip hop fans, but it's usually the edgier hip hop stuff, you know? So I think if we could just break those barriers down, we might be able to get back to a point where people could like a little more music. It's always bummed me out that, I mean, going back to the Grammys, that there's only like a specific group of like bands or albums that are included in like the best album category, you know, no matter how many they sold. So to me, it's a popularity contest inside of a group of people who really don't understand what music's all about. And you know, until we can kind of open that up, it's never going to go away.
There's festivals over in Europe, like the Download Festival. I saw Slipknot over there.
Yeah.
I think 2009. They headlined in front of 80,000 people. Jeez. The band that's on like 4 bands before them, it's all day thing, is Journey. Yeah. And the crowd loved Journey, killed, and then Slipknot comes on and 2 hours later, and they love Slipknot.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember hearing about Journey opening for the Stones and getting booed off like in the 70s.
That's crazy, man. And you put that, and you're like, really?
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's like when Rush opened for Kiss, like back in the 70s, man. Like people at first were like,
I don't know.
And then
about
the more
this.
it went on, like I was like, okay, all right, I dig this.
I saw footage of Ozzy in South Korea, and he was doing. It might have been the Philippines. He was doing a festival with Psy. Psy was the opening.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Psy went on.
on a giant pistachio.
I was like, oh, that's the Gangnam Style, dude.
Yeah, but he went on before Ozzy, and apparently both of them did very well. Like the crowd, because he was so mad. But that to me is.
And he had another hit, Corey. He had Gentleman.
And then I prefer, if you want to get off this, I prefer Gentleman to Gangnam Style.
Thank you.
Guys,
I do too.
It's a much better song. The beat is better. I mean, you know, I've started a lot of controversy with that one.
Have you ever tried the Gangnam Style dance?
I have not.
Not even alone in your apartment?
I know. I'm not big for the dance.
That's how I close my act now.
It always kills. It always kills.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we're selling this book properly.
All right, good.
I mean, what else can we say about it?
By the way, where are the signings?
You're taking on everyone in this book. You're trashing everyone, basically.
Yeah.
The 9th. So you're going to be in Huntington tonight at the book review. That's an independent bookstore. That's a great really good to do. Tomorrow,
my hometown, Corey.
Yes, Huntington, Long Island. Tomorrow, July 10th, you will be at St. Andrew's Hall. Is that a performance or is that
That's a performance?
okay.
In Detroit. Yeah.
And you're doing the book signings on the separate part. July 12th, there'll be a book signing in Edina, Minnesota. In Barnes & Noble at 1 o'clock. July 19th, that's my birthday, just making it about me, which is always good during an interview. And then Book Soup in L.A., 12 p.m. Is it the same day, July 19th? Oh,
yeah,
July 12th. Yeah. I'm sorry, I fucking
That's
stink.
okay. It's all right.
July 12th, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then July 19th, Los Angeles.
Yeah. And go see the show. The live show is great.
Yeah. Well, I can't now. It was last night.
No, I'm saying, but for anyone upcoming dates, 45 minutes of stand-up.
You're talking to other people.
And then,
and I do a Q&A. Yeah.
Do a Q&A.
I do a Q&A.
I wish I went last night now. Fuck.
So good.
Well, I mean, if I keep doing books, I'll keep doing tours like this. I have a blast doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we did 2 hours 40 last night. I mean, it was kind of half and half, and the audience, nobody left. Even the guys, like even the weird ones over by the bar that were like, "We can't hear you." And I'm like, "Well, then get the fuck away from the bar, you jackass! The speakers are pointing this way."
He's phenomenal with hecklers. People yelling out shit. He just stops right in the middle.
I can imagine. I don't think you have to tell me that.
Yeah.
I looked down at a piece of paper and he attacked me. I was like,
I noticed everything.
Jesus.
How many Slipknot shows can you do in a row? Because that to me seems like a pretty intense.
I put the limit at 3 in a row, day off, 3 in a row, day off. Because we did a crazy run in 2000. We went over to Europe. We did 28 days straight. We did, when we weren't doing shows, we were doing TV shows. So I mean, basically sing. So I sang for 28 days straight, and I got home and I was like, I don't know if I could do this anymore. So I had to set the limit. I was like, look, and luckily I've been able to kind of keep that up. You know, I mean, I work out, I take care of myself, I try to eat right. I still, smoke and drink a lot of coffee, but it doesn't hurt me as much as I would like to think. So I've still been able to kind of maintain that, so I can do 5 or 6 shows a week, like at a clip.
He won't. His voice never cracks. I went to a Slipknot show one time after a 2.5-hour show. They were on tour for like 2 months. After the show, he's in a tent playing in a cover band, singing more songs. I'm like, dude, don't you fucking rest your voice? This is fun.
I'm a fucking
The cigarettes don't hurt the
Yeah, no. The only time it really affects me is like if I get sick, and you kind of have, over time you just develop cheats to kind of get through it. The only thing I really do is I do lemon juice and honey, and that seems to help a little bit. No tea, no hot water or anything, just lemon juice and honey. And it just, not to get gross, it lubes up the vocal cords, if you know what I mean, ladies. And that kind of gets me through it.
But how about lung capacity?
Lung capacity, I run, when I work out, I do, between 3 and 5 miles at a clip, and then I work out. So I'm doing cardio and then like weight training and stuff.
And you smoke?
And I smoke.
That's what I do after a workout. I have a cigarette.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I really do.
Look, I'm not an asshole. I wait 30 minutes. It's like fine.
How do you sleep?
Not well. I got a baby, so I mean it's
Jesus.
So,
when do you sleep? Is the question.
Well, exactly. I mean, last night we got back to the hotel at like 2. Baby got up for a bottle at 3:30, and then I fell asleep with her kind of in my arms, drooling on myself. I was like, so my wife gets some sleep, and then we got up at 7 so I could be here. So it's pretty crazy.
And then a lot of time they're on a tour bus trying to sleep too.
But I tell you what, man, I sleep really well on a tour bus because it's almost like getting in a coffin. Like, you shut everything down. Like, it's almost like sensory deprivation, and I'm out. Like, as soon as the bus starts, the engine rolls, it's like, boom.
That's called exhaust fumes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
When I nap, I got to park the car in the garage.
Yeah, right.
Corey's out like a light.
Nice and tight in there.
Keep shaking them.
I would never be able to sleep on a tour bus.
I did a tour bus. I went on a tour with a couple bands. It's not bad. I was all nervous about it, too.
No, I'm just assuming that the fucking driver's falling asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
How about the whores running around? Making a racket.
Well, we wear slippers, so I mean it's fine. It's like leave your high heels at the fucking door. We have people sleeping back here.
How hard is it to organize 9 people? I mean,
dude, it's like trying to keep puppies in a box.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous.
It is,
man.
right?
Like that's why now when I travel, I travel with my family, so I get my own bus, so I don't have to worry about the crazy people. But then, you go into the show and it's like, oh yeah, I'm in this fucking band with a bunch of maniacs, and Sid's running down the hallway naked, clowns talking about the cosmos. Like, I mean, it's. I'm in a band with crazy people. Like, I want you all to feel bad for me.
There's a party bus. There's a the Slipknot party bus. Then there's the mellow bus, and then there's the family bus. So you hop from one to another, whatever you feel like.
Just
doing
like being
night.
A comedian, huh, fellas?
Yeah.
My party driving myself to New Jersey, stuck on exit 9, trying to get to the fucking Holiday Inn.
The party car, you're playing Celebration by Kool and the Gang.
Right? That's a good jam. That is a good jam.
It sure is. It picks me up. Yeah, tour bus I've never done though, man. But it seems like it'd be kind of fun. Even though it'd be uncomfortable, it just seems like there'd be a fun vibe to it.
Seems awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, we've been doing this now 16 years, so we've met a lot of really good drivers and gotten like really good relationships with these guys. So usually we'll get the same driver that we had from like the previous tours and stuff, and just kind of keep them for the duration. And I mean, they're real smooth, real conscious of what's going on, like this, they're not mainlining speed and fucking, it's like, oh, I gotta get these fuckers to the gig. So it's, we find the calm ones.
Yeah, don't get the New York City ones that bring the Asian people from Chinatown to Foxwoods.
Dude, I wish
fall
I had,
asleep halfway up.
I wish I had the video. I wish I had the video on my phone. My buddy Jason shot this. We took an Uber over here, right? Because the car service took a shit on us. And it was this wonderful old man named Jose, right? Spanish. He was just very animated. It's like, oh, get your bags and blah blah blah. So we're in their Uber, and I had Straight to Your Face by Hatebreed stuck in my head, nice. So I had to pull it up on my phone just to hear it. He goes, oh, you can plug this in. So I plugged it in, dude, and we are jamming Hatebreed so loud, and he's going, yeah, I mean, the guy had to be like 70, right? And he's just like, oh, I'm very much awake now. This is good. So we're teaching him the backups, dude. It's hilarious, dude. Jason shot a video of it. He's pumping his fist. It's it's so good.
That's great.
Where is that video?
Yeah, it's a nice way to start the day.
Yeah. Jason's right over there.
Yeah,
he's got it.
And
This
is what a prima donna I've become. All I'm thinking of is who's the shitty car service that didn't show up. I hate that.
Oh, he's got it. Yes. Oh, this ought to be great. Oh.
Wow, you trust someone with your
Yeah,
phone?
really.
What is it like to live a life without shame?
Don't sweat. If you break it, he's fine.
You guys got to put this somewhere.
Yeah. Well, knowing him, he's a Facebook maniac, so he'll probably post it up. That's where he posted those pictures of Jim looking at him longingly from the side of the stage last night.
It's hilarious. The guy's
fairly
really
creepy.
He's really going with it.
He really is.
It's great.
Yeah, and it's a really heavy hate-free song. Everyone is, pretty much.
Corey, a lot of your fans checking in. I want to take a call from Eddie in North Dakota.
Eddie.
We got Corey
Let's
Taylor from
shoot
Slipknot
this
in studio.
What's up, Corey?
His new
What's
book,
up,
You're
man?
Making
How
Me
you doing?
Hate You, is available now.
Hey, when Mick got stabbed in the back of the head, did he take any time off, or did he just keep touring?
Luckily, I mean, for those people who don't know, unfortunately, my guitar player was involved in an incident. He spent a day in the hospital. Luckily, we were on a break right when that happened, so we were actually at home. He's fine. For anybody wondering about his health, he's doing great. He's recovering. But yeah, no, we didn't have to. He didn't take any time off. He was worried that we were going to miss shows because of him, and I was like, well, what did the doctor say? And he's like, oh, the doctor said I'm fine. He's like, well, then we're good. We're fine, man. So, yeah, he's doing okay.
It's a great question for a heavy metal band.
Thanks for opening with that question, sir.
That guy's a fucking beast.
What a great question.
You never hear Tony Bennett get that question. See, the horn player got kicked in the cock by a horse.
It'd be awesome if he did, though. It's like, what was it like fucking getting berated by Buddy Rich, you know?
Mick is the guitar player in Slipknot, a big, huge guy. He came to one of my stand-up shows in Des Moines, and someone was heckling me, and Mick was going over there to beat the shit out of him. I had to stop mid-show and go, Mick, no, it's fine. And he was fucking ready to knock over tables.
Yeah.
He was that mad.
Mick is fiercely protective, man. He's fucking awesome.
He's a good guy to have on your side.
I need a person like that in my, like a Panera bread manager to go over and fucking smash somebody for talking during the show. I would always encourage violence to stop the chatter.
Amazing.
Bread manager. Where'd you get your bodyguard? Panera bread.
So good.
So he's okay though. He got stabbed.
He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, he doesn't even like talking about it, man. Like it gets real, like because he's very, he's very private, and the fact that the story got picked up, he was just like, God damn it, and I was like,
Benihana is a dangerous place.
Yeah, it is. It really is, man. I mean, some places don't even flip the knives anymore, and now you see why.
Yeah, but you like when they do the little choo-choo and the smoke comes out. If you don't like that, you're not an American,
right? Or the volcano, the onion volcano. That's my favorite.
That's
the best.
I think that's the closer, right?
Your clothes stink for 6 months. I fucking hate it. Korean barbecue is fun for 3 minutes. And then you go to take your bathroom and you're like, my fucking shirt smells. This is fucking horrendous.
It is bad.
It's the worst.
The one that Jonathan brings you to?
I want to push his face onto the grill. I'm like, this fucking place sucks, John.
You hear this coming out of the kitchen? It should be another 6 minutes, Mr. Norton.
Let's go to Wes in North Carolina. Wes.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
This guy's wanting to talk to Corey.
Hey, yeah, man, Corey, what's up, man? Love your work, man. You got a great voice, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Hell yeah, man. There's a cool picture of fucking Kanye, man. He's saying he's the best, And then the same caption is young Keith Richards smoking a joint with the caption that says, bitch, please, underneath. Yeah. Check it out, man. Yeah, seeing Jimmy, love your work too, guys. Nick, any of you guys coming to Idaho for shows?
I got a meeting with some white fellas out there. But,
or Salt Lake or anything?
I think Slipknot's playing Salt Lake on this upcoming tour, like in August or September, somewhere in there. Check whatever the Ticketmaster or whatever. I'm not sure.
Slipknot, Lamb of God, and who was it? The other?
Slipknot, Lamb of God, Bullet for My Valentine, and Motionless in White.
Motionless in White are playing this summer. I'm going in a few weeks.
Let's say hi to Tango in Tennessee. Tango.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Corey, man, you're freaking awesome, dude, by the way.
I do all right. I have nice pants. I appreciate that.
I love the nutshell cover, man. I'm hoping Google Play throws that up to purchase soon.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they will. I encourage them to do that because Alice in Chains is an awesome band. So.
Oh, I agree. So, speaking of, awesome bands, man, I heard rumors of way early on that, Slipknot, they didn't want any outside influences, so you guys locked yourself in some cabin somewhere so you wouldn't, copy anybody else's music. I just want to know how true that is. And if so, what is your influence for music?
Well, I can safely say I've never been locked inside a cabin. I mean, that sounds very Deliverance.
Yeah.
I mean, I can squeal with the best of them, but I don't want to prove it. You know?
Yeah, you're mixing them up with David Copperfield.
No, I mean, when we did the first album, we recorded at a place called Indigo Ranch in Malibu, which is kind of up on a mountain. Like, it was very majestic, and then you got these 9 assholes from Iowa going, I bet you could throw this tangerine clear across the ocean. I bet we could do it, So, no, we didn't lock ourselves in a cabin or anything, but as far as our influences go, I mean, the great thing about Slipknot is that we're all so diverse in our musical tastes that we try to bring a little bit in to create something different, So, I mean, we're influenced from everything from Public Enemy to Slayer, or stuff like that. So, I mean, we have a lot of different influences that we then try to shred up and, kind of turn into something unique.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you guys are definitely a big influence on me. I hope to be up there someday.
All right, man. Well, good luck with everything.
Fuck, man, the phones that everybody wants to talk to. Bill in Boston, go ahead.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, that means it's working. Okay, that makes us happy. Go ahead, Bill.
Corey, brother, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Huge Slipknot fan. I've seen you a bunch of times, but I'm an even bigger Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose fan. The comments you made about rubbing your nuts on Axl's piano really pissed me off, man. How dare you do that to someone like Axl?
Knowing Axl, it's quite easy, my friend. I mean, anybody who makes his fans wait for 2 to 3 hours for him to go on stage, I have no respect for.
You know why, Corey? Because he can, and we sit there and wait for him. No one would do it for you. That's why.
You don't think that's douchey to make your fans wait that long, though, dude? Come on.
Hey, Jimmy, don't go to the show. But we go to the show and we know what's going to happen.
I didn't know when I was in Toronto and it happened to me.
Yeah.
3 hours after.
Go home, Corey. Go home.
You're making your bandmates wait too, and the band hated it too. The band hated it. James Hetfield hated him.
It was Skid Row, and then we waited for 2 fucking hours in Toronto.
So you're falling apart mentally. You're panicking on the other end.
Has more musical talent in his pinky than you have in your entire friggin' body.
That's a really good example, so you sound like an old lady.
You wish
Is this a real call?
No.
You wish you could be Axl Rose.
I'm glad you called.
I think it's hilarious.
I'm glad you called.
I think it's hilarious.
I didn't know 6th graders listen to the show.
Yeah. He's got more you sound like fucking Rupert Pupkin. He's going to be 50 times more famous than you.
Shut up.
That's my show. I'll talk if I want.
Shut up.
You shut up. I don't mind waiting. Shut up, you music cuckold. He can be as late as he wants. I'll just suck dick in the crowd until he decides to go on. Shut up, you fucking man-ass eater. I'm actually saying that to myself.
All right, Bill. All right.
Get a hold of yourself.
Listen, I appreciate a few Guns N' Roses songs, but I also appreciate that you said that about Axl Rose.
Dude.
3 hours is despicable.
I love Appetite. I think that's a fantastic album.
Of course it is.
But when you make your fans wait that long, and I don't give a fuck what that hard-on just said, that, we expect it. Well, you're a fucking idiot then.
No self-esteem.
All right? Figure it the fuck out. You know why there are really no original fucking members of Guns N' Roses left? Because he made them wait 3 fucking hours.
Yeah.
You want an Appetite reunion? Tell him to fucking stop being a douchebag.
And also, that goes into overages, and the band doesn't make money because you got to pay all these.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
If it happens once, whatever. But if you're doing it over and over again, it just shows.
Hey, Men Without Hats wouldn't do that.
That's
Absolutely not.
Thank
they
you,
actually
Nick.
go on 3
And
hours
they can
early.
dance if they want it.
Fucking 20 minutes early.
I walked into a Men Without Hats concert one time.
They're halfway through.
They were still doing the maypole dance. I'm like, guys, what did I miss?
You guys got to do that song now.
I love how everyone thinks
do that song.
I have such little talent that like all these other people have like a lot of talent in their pinky.
It's always
for
the
what?
pinky.
What are they,
Always
shockers?
the-
Are they doing shockers? Is that what it is?
Always the pinky.
It's
I don't
always
know why
the
it's always the pinky. Why
Jason
the pinky?
Jason Paul.
Yeah. He used to have more talent in his pointer finger.
Hey, Corey, the overage on a concert, like after 11 o'clock, the curfew, isn't it like about $10,000
a lot,
for
man.
like 5
Not only
minutes?
that, but, I mean, you
$1,000 a minute or something like that?
You got to pay to keep the loaders. You got to pay
Union
it's
guy.
time and a half. I mean, it's everything. And then you bring the union into it. It's even crazier, man.
And it's avoidable. It's not necessary to go on
you
that
don't
way.
have to do it. Also, I like playing for my fans. I like playing shows for my fans. I lose my mind if we're 2 minutes late.
That's so white of you, Corey.
Thank you.
And we've
I appreciate
We've
that.
talked to a lot of the members of Guns N' Roses, and they said that cost them a lot of money.
Yeah,
they
man.
lost a lot of fucking money because Axl would do that type of shit.
In defense of Axl, the last year and a half, he's been going on stage exactly on time.
Yeah, maybe get out of that.
I think you got
Yeah,
the
but
point.
is that because they told them that the show actually started 3 hours earlier?
Yeah.
I mean, because I've had to do that to a couple of people. It's like, look, dude, we go on in like 30 minutes. Actually, we have an hour.
Is he still doing it? Is he still good? His voice and everything?
Yeah. They do a 3-hour show.
Is he still heavy?
His band.
Yeah, you got
He's still fat?
They find one picture of him where and they just blow that up and throw it out there and stuff like that. He does a good show.
Let's take one more call here. Dan in Cleveland. Dan.
Hi, Dan. Welcome
Danny.
aboard.
Hey, you gotta love it when the fry cook from Applebee's calls in and talks about.
Yeah.
Corey, I fucking love you guys, man. I never get to see you guys. Last time I saw you was in Jersey, actually, with in between. I think it was the Mayhem Fest. You played with As I Lay Dying, which is, of course, we all know what happened.
Well,
there.
yeah, we do know what happened with that band.
I was curious, man, if you think there'll ever be a Mushroomhead Slipknot tour.
You know, we've been talking about that and trying to kind of find a way to make it happen. And it's just about, you know, trying to get the schedules to line up. So, you know, we're trying to, you know, and I know we've kind of reached out to see what's going on. And, you know, hopefully sometime, you know, we'll see it happens.
If not, hopefully you just come back to Cleveland.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I mean, we'd love to come back.
By the way, we're looking at a picture of Axl Rose where he looks like Burt Lahr. What a fucking awful photo.
Yeah, that's the awful one.
Wow.
That's the one I was talking about.
That made the rounds. I think
like
we got
70.
We got to start wrapping up, unfortunately. How many days a year are you out there on the road with 3 kids?
A lot. I mean,
You never
we
see your
got
house
to the point
anymore.
where we make sure we at least get like a month off, you know, so we can remember what our houses look like. But for the most part, man, we tour a lot. So, but like I said, I mean, I've been fortunate enough to kind of, you know, get to the point where I can afford to bring the family out. So, luckily, my time away from them has shrunk down a lot. So, but like I said, it's a good problem to have. You know, it could be worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he goes and does the Stone Sour thing in between the Slipknot, and the thing just takes off. He's like, holy shit.
Yeah. This was supposed to be one and done. What the
It's
hell was
supposed to
I
be just a
thinking?
little side thing for a little bit. Now you got to worry about that.
Comedians can't do that. Like, we can't just branch off. Like, Jim's out doing something with props. Really? Yeah. I envy that.
And it's
fun. Yeah, and it's successful, and to be able to cover songs that you like what a fun fucking life that is.
Yeah, man. I mean,
So, Corey, what did you make this year?
Ballpark? Liquid? We talking liquid or we just talking assets?
No, just assets.
You know, I think I cleared a bit.
Jesus
I
Christ, sounds
cleared
like
enough that they offered me one of those Amex black cards. Yeah, and
Wow.
I turned it down.
Well, even
What
though
are you,
it's
racist?
Well, no,
Yes. They offered me one, but it was a lung.
it was a lot.
So the book is called You're Making Me Hate You, and it's now July 9th. So tonight in Huntington here in New York. Go out to Long Island, 7 o'clock. It's a great place for a signing, the book review. And then the 12th, if you're in Edina, Minnesota, Barnes & Noble at 1 in the afternoon. And then July 19th, go out. If you're out in L.A., go to Book Soup, which is a great, great bookstore.
Yeah.
And there's so many shows. Asbury Park was last night. Detroit is coming up. Chicago. You can go to thecoreytaylor.com. There's an E in Corey. So thecoreytaylor.com and Corey Taylor Rock on Twitter.
I'm following you right now, Corey.
Yeah, and the
Fuck
Slipknot tour is starting in, what, like 2 weeks? Or 3 weeks?
Yeah. July 25th, I think. Yeah, I wrap this up. I got 6 days off, and I fly right in and start that tour, so.
Nice. Grab it while you can.
I'm going to take a nap on the plane, just so I can make sure that I'm, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
And get on stage on time.
Yeah.
And see Slipknot live.
I saw you guys at Rock on the Range. Amazing.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, that was a good fucking show, man. That was a really good night.
Last concert I saw Jim Davis.
Oh, he was so good.
1972.
I tell you what,
the guy was terrific. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The man had an angelic voice.
He really did.
Nothing
really
like
did.
shoving a yam in your own asshole and hearing, "Oh my papa."
Did you say yam?
Yeah, I was trying to think of a vegetable that would hurt and be degrading. And baby carrot wasn't cutting it.
A fucking yam.
You picked it perfectly.
Oh, Thanksgiving will never be the same.
With that, Jim Norton's at the Borgata this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow and Saturday.
And Saturday.
Go to my website for the rest of the nonsense.
Yeah, bring your yams. I'll sign them.
And Florentine just killed it for us today. Thanks, Florentine. Where are we going to be at?
This weekend, Friday, Saturday, Stitches Comedy Club in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and next Thursday, July 16th, the Improv in Hollywood, California, with Morgan Murphy and Jason Lawhead.
And finally, Nick DiPaolo.
The Ridgefield Playhouse, July 18th, Ridgefield, Connecticut, and then Ventura Harbor Comedy Club,
Beautiful.
July 22nd, out in L.A.
Nice.
And go to my podcast at riotcast.com.
NickDip.com.
Get all that information.
And, I got another fucking book to read.
I know.
I don't like
I'm
this.
Sorry. Hey, trust me, it's a quick read. It's very quick.
Getting it.
People read it in line while they were waiting for me to sign it.
It's called "You're Making Me Hate You." I gotta read this
Corey's
book.
first book, 7 Deadly Sins, is great, too.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right,
Yeah.
let me read this one.
All right,
I'll go backwards. I think we're done.
Celebrate its whole catalog.
I guess we're out, right? We're out.
Yeah.
And if you're not a Slipknot fan, check out The Devil and I, and you'll be a fan.
Oh, can we play Love Gun? I wrote that down.
Man, yeah.
How do we
Stone Sour, Love Gun.
Yeah,
Do we have
Google.
Stone Sour Love Gun?
You got it, Travis?
If not, we'll look. We'll look.
You gotta look for it online. It's not in our delete system.
We'll look on the YouTube. Is it on the YouTube?
The YouTube.
Stone Sour Love Gun. Let's see if we get a good copy of
How
this.
cool is that? The kids put it on their fucking homepage.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we got it.
I have a margarita.
I'll get it.
There's an ad.
I just want Paul Stanley to acknowledge me.
Right?
Yeah. Like I'm always retweeting him. I'm such a groveling fruit when it comes to Kiss. I'm the worst.
We leave you with Stone Sour Love Gun. Corey, thanks again, man.
No worries, man.